live. I think. Are we live, chat?
Yes.
Hello?
We're live.
All right, great.
Well,
Cosmic, you might want to send me that picture though. Just saying.
Oh, I thought TSS was.
Oh well, which one are we getting though? TSS. That's the real question.
Well, yeah, that means I have to. That means I got to grab the stuff from the Taiwanese DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just Google.
Google
no,
isn't your best friend.
Google doesn't have PNGs, and also why not? We are high quality bitches up in here. Hi.
Quality.
Okay, if you insist.
Oh man, but
that's some shit, yeah.
Oh god, the honey.
Honey Nut Cheerio.
So
Too much honey for your Winnie the Pooh.
I don't even know what this thing is called. Honey lemon Ricola. I think that's what it's called.
Ricola. I love it. We all have the same reaction.
I mean, you have to know that song by virtue.
It's such a good jingle. Like, it's just their name, like, yodeled. It's so good.
Yeah,
it's great.
Ooh, the lemon honey's burning my throat.
That means it's working.
Oh. Holy shit.
KG 60.
Let's go.
60.
I sound like I'm 60 though when I say it like that.
60 years on.
Oh, yay. But
I mean, at this point.
With that being said though, greetings everyone. My name is KG Prestige, or Sixteenth, as we just stated. And welcome back everyone to another fun-filled session of the PokéPod Masters podcast, where me and my pals gather around to go and talk about the latest things that have happened within this past week. And boy, oh boy, we have one in particular that we're going to be talking about tonight, and it is a doozy. So we hope all you lovelies are going to sit back, relax, enjoy the show for tonight, because we got a lot planned for all of y'all, and I think it's going to be a fun time all around. Or at least that's what I like to believe. So yeah. Meanwhile, Tyrone over here raiding with a party of 7. Let's go. Thank you so much there, Tyrone. Hope your stream went well, sir. And yeah, let's go have ourselves a good night tonight. What do you guys say?
Picture post.
Absolutely.
Thank you, buddy. I will gladly take a look at that in just a minute. In the meantime, though, I do want to state something. Obviously, as you guys might have already seen, the whole joke with the sixteenth. Yes, I am sadly currently fighting a something. I really don't know what it is. It's a cold. It's a fire. I really don't know. But the point is, I'm fighting something, and because of that, I'm probably going to be taking a back seat for tonight, at least when it comes to the jibber jabbers. But thankfully, we have a lovely cast of peeps here with us tonight, who will kindly do their part and talk about shenanigans of the week. Don't worry, I'll still be around, chat. So if anything, you can always just ask me anything in the chat box and I'll do my best to respond there. But for the most part, I'll just try to keep my speaking to a minimal as I try to recover my throat with this one. So before we continue though, it is only important that we do say hello to all those that are here in the podcast for tonight, as they will be carrying this session for all of y'all lovelies. So let's begin right over there. You see over to the very far right there, it's my good buddy there, TSS. How are you doing?
Doing great. We got real shit to talk about tonight, and I can't wait to talk about it.
Absolutely. Over here on this table, we got our buddy Miss Cosmic and Miss Sammy. How you two doing?
Hello.
We're just two sisters on a couch vibing.
Yeah. We're just vibing.
With that Koridon image still in the background. Questioning.
Yeah. He's looking.
That's our Joker representation.
Yeah. I thought we were supposed to.
No, I will update it. Don't worry.
Okay.
I just haven't done it yet. But actually, let's go move on.
Two sisters, one vibe.
Yeah, there you go. One vibe right there. But you see,
What?
Yeah.
You see, somebody had to know.
Oh my
Jesus Christ.
gosh.
On this table,
Can I take Richie's head and bash it against the wall?
You give me a free skull check?
Vibe check.
It was better than bone check, so it's okay.
Okay, fair enough.
Vibe check. Well, bam. Jesus Christ. On this table, though, on the far left, you got over there is our buddy, Miss Polly. And then to the very
Ayo.
right, you got our pal, Mr. Richie. So how you guys doing?
Doing great. Felt like I got a monkey off my back today, but other than that, I feel good.
Nice. All right, then. Well, with that being said, ladies and gents here, to everyone watching the podcast for tonight, first of all, thank you guys for the well wishes on getting better soon. I will do my best to combat against this thingy mabob, and hopefully shenanigans will get better by the end of the week. In the meantime, if I don't do any streams throughout the week, you obviously know why, but make sure to go ahead and support all the other buddies here in this group, as they for sure will be doing a couple of streams throughout the week. So much love to all of them. And yeah, I will be here in the background for tonight and just simply hear what you guys got to say, because honestly, I think I was asleep for the most part, so I have really no real idea of like what's the major talk of the town that everyone's going nuts about. So this is going to be a lot of fun, at least for me, just to see where it is y'all are going to be taking this session. So yeah, very much excited for that on itself, for just curiosity's sake. But yeah, so with that being said, to all of my buddies here in this call, yeah, let's go have a fun session for tonight. So how do we begin things off for tonight? That's the real question. And Richie, before I do take a full back seat, I know we will go ahead and address your thing first. And then we'll go and carry on the rest of the show from that point onward. Because I get the feeling there's really going to be only 3 things we're going to be talking about tonight. If I had to make an assumption here, and these are going to be as follow. Obviously, as you guys already could tell by the title of this podcast session, we're going to be talking about the Team Rocket versus Team Plasma episode that we got information about. I'm not sure the procedure behind it, but I'm sure TSS and the others will kindly go into details behind what went down. The second thing is going to be the film Suzume. We're finally going to hear everyone's opinions on this film and see what they think of it, and overall how it stacks amongst the other 2 films that, while not tied, still created by the same studio that created titles such as Your Name and Weathering with You. So we're going to see how they think of that. Thank you for the hydrate. I got me my water here. And lastly, of course, we're going to be talking about the latest episode of the Pocket Monsters 2023 anime series. So we got a lot of fun for that one tonight, peeps. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Richie, we will begin with you. So what's going on, buddy? You had something happen to you last week. You gave us a little tease behind it. And now things are shaping up to be a little bit better with this one. I'm kind of curious what went down, buddy.
Well, first of all, just to give a refresher of last week's little tease, I did say that I would reveal in a creative kind of way where I'm going to school in the upcoming fall semester of 2023. And obviously, for those that know me well, you know that if there is a creative opportunity to make something good out of it, instead of just simply saying, I'm going here, that's, I took full advantage of that. So what I did was that I created a short little specimen that will basically reveal such said thing. Now, I don't know of how the full technical side of things will work, but it is something regardless, that I'm excited about showing, which this is only part of it. It's not even the whole video. But I figured to put together a small part to show tonight here on the PokéPod, show tonight on the PokéPod. I've been the full video with kind of like an explanation as to why I chose this, and the typical thing that most college students do in their type of videos like that. That will be in a full release video tomorrow. So, with that being said, how do you want me to go about this, Mr. Host?
That actually, That's a good question. Like I said, if you had given me the VOD to download, I would have just shared it right here. I don't think I got the VOD to download.
Can I even? What the? Okay.
How big is the file though? Like, I'm assuming if it's just the preview, it's gonna be like only the first few seconds or something.
Let me double check on that. I have it right in front of me. 251 megabytes.
Oh. Well, I have no idea how I'm supposed to share that right here, and I don't even think you can actually share. Oh, Jesus Christ, y'all making me drink. I don't even know how y'all are supposed to.
You should be able to share. Like, if he were to send that to you, I think he should be able to share that on Discord.
Oh yeah, he could just share
They
his
raised
screen, right? And
the-
then I could just pop out his window for that. No.
Yeah, as long as it could be heard.
Okay. Yeah, it should be able to be heard. Sorry.
Though I will advise for my fellow mates in the call that it would probably be wise to do to hear so on stream, like on the actual stream, just in case it's not heard for Discord for whatever reason.
I'm pretty sure it will be heard here, unless something silly happens.
Okay.
I think so.
So real quick before I jumpstart this thing, Discord screen share, the proper audio sharing is under screens, right? Or is it applications?
You would share your screen.
Okay. Because I made the mistake last time to pick application, so that's why.
No, you would share your screen and then pick the one that has the video.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I basically have this for about 2 minutes and 2 seconds, so not long, but honestly, I'm actually feeling kind of anxious to even show because even though I've already made the decision and I'm content, I guess obviously showing the creative side of things sometimes could be a little nerve-wracking. So
No, Richie, we're all behind you.
Yes, we support.
Yes.
Mr. Host, just let me know when you're ready, and thank you for doing this, even though you're a bit under the weather. I very much
You gotta
appreciate
change
it.
the application, not full screen, because full screen has no audio.
Oh yeah, that's important to keep an eye on. Yeah.
That's why I asked about like whether or not if it was not full screen.
Oh well, no, you would share your screen and then pick the video.
Yeah, but you have to we have to share the screen and then pick the window, not the full screen, because otherwise audio does not pass through.
All right.
There you go. I think.
Well, I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, try playing a quick second of it so we can hear if there's audio. Yeah, okay, we can hear.
Every little thing I do.
Okay, Mr. Host, just let me know when you're ready.
Give me just a second. Just trying to
clean.
What?
Anyways, while that's happening, here our lovely duets go over there.
They're doing
enjoy
something for
yourselves.
sure.
Somebody, that's why
it's gonna be May.
we love May.
Yeah, man.
She's the best Poke girl in my eyes.
Damn,
That's
bro.
pretty good, not bad.
That's pretty good. Decades later, and she's still supreme, bro. Good. She deserves it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ernie's didn't taint her.
Yeah, she helped out a little bit by not being there.
May got saved. Let's just say that she got saved.
And being completely abandoned, she was actually
better abandoned than completely ruined, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can't touch perfection. You know what I mean?
They improved Iris, and Serena had a really good episode too. So it was just Dawn.
And what's up with Silent, by the way?
I love those Serenas.
Or
I watched Serena's dub episode, or I watched Serena's episode dubbed. I've never seen it before. Last night for some research, for a fanfic piece I'm writing for a friend, and I actually aside from Goldfarb music, weirdly placed, it wasn't that bad. Yeah.
Oh, I don't mean abandoned in the sense that she wasn't in the series. I meant abandoned in terms of not actually being given a role to actually have an episode for her. That's what I mean when I said that. Besides, though, I'm happy it stayed this way. Can't touch my perfection with that series. AG will always reign supreme on that front. All right, Richie. Just to make sure to everyone else here,
I can't get past the photo behind Polly and Richie.
Oh yeah, I wonder where that came from.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just this rip.
Oh.
I
Why?
finally figured out that I just needed to add a picture there. It took me so
I
long
have
to
no
realize.
idea what the whole point of the rip is, but rest
Oh
in peace,
no,
I suppose.
the rip was there just because it's gonna be something that the upcoming podcast session on YouTube will
Okay.
have on it, so that's why it's like that.
Be sure to tune into the YouTube channel to find out where it is. If you can find where it is, you get a prize of nothing but my appreciation.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah,
Yeah.
Huh?
Honk.
nice.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm surprised you just go with the honk. That just seems like a natural answer.
All right, there we go. Wait, is the full video here? Is this the
What do you mean?
teaser or is this the full video you're gonna show us?
No, this is it's just the teaser, which is why it's only 2 minutes.
Holy shit, the teaser's 2 minutes. This is a Marvel movie right here.
Yeah, no,
It's
yeah,
rated
no,
E
it's-
Popcorn.
Rated E10, holy shit. That means
Yeah, rated
all those who are not 10 and above, I need you to kindly get out.
yeah, you're gonna have to kind of get out of the. Oh,
You
that's
shouldn't
alright.
be here anyway. Twitch TOS.
Actually, yeah, quick question. How the hell does that work?
Oh, well, if
I know.
anyone under 13 can't be on Twitch.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, shit.
It's okay. It's rated E for Emmy. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Oh man,
I am good to go, though.
you said we're all good as far as the sound test on stream is concerned.
For the most part, I hear you guys. And then that's what
Wait.
matters.
We are
Should we
watching
clarify-
a special video made by Richie, that is going to be his college announcement video. So guys, next year Richie is transferring to a 4-year college. So congratulations to Richie. This is going to be his big reveal. Going to a 4-year school is a really big deal because it's really expensive, and 2, it means that he's taking control over his future. So we all have to support.
Hell yeah.
Bravo.
Well, we got to celebrate the congratulations with the announcement. So take it away, buddy. Well, actually, I probably should make sure this thing's not muted. It's
Take it away, Penny.
Make sure it's not muted.
you got
Thank you, I was
away
about to
with
say that too.
words. All right, you're good to go now.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Whoa.
Right.
Oh, lordy.
Smash Bros.
Oh, is there audio here for you guys?
No, there is. Just wait. Just wait.
Okay, it's just quiet here in this portion, right?
Oh, I hear it now.
Yeah, now I hear it.
Oh my god, guys, it's Richie's face reveal.
No, not real conscience. It's hard to decide between these universities and whether I should stay local or go outside of it, and how I'm going to tell my friends about this.
Trust me when I say this, Richie. Sometimes the best university decision you can make for yourself is the one you feel most comfortable with. A rushed decision is like spoiled milk. Take your time and come to that decision within time that brings you peace for your future ahead of you.
You know what? You're right. A decision like this shouldn't be hasty. And I know what just to do about it. But how? What the hell? What the hell is that? Maybe this might help me with my dilemma. Let's go see.
Okay, let's see what this is. Excellent.
You know what they say? Chicken soup sure do solve problems. Especially shirt problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey.
Congratulations. Hell yeah, buddy.
Congrats.
For the
Congratulations.
record, for the record, that chicken soup was actually good.
Also, can I just say one thing? Holy shit, the size of that bowl, bro.
That was awesome.
Holy, that's about like the same thing as like when a person says, "Yo, I want a cup of coffee," and it's like this XXXL size cup of coffee, but it's one cup. So technically,
that is pretty much my typical soap bowl. I actually have 2 to 3 of them, but this one's like the one that we got within the last year or so. So it's very recent, actually.
But sincerely, Richie, from at least from the bottom of my heart, bro, congratulations on your achievement, bro. It is an incredible feat to get something of this caliber, and I am very proud of you, buddy, and cannot wait to see what your future goals come from with this, bro. This is just a step forward to a brighter, much more incredible future for you, Richie. So just keep doing what you keep doing, bro, and succeed, and bigger and better things will keep coming. But seriously, though, this is still an achievement on its own. So for real, congratulations on that, buddy.
Of course, I very much so. I very much so appreciate it. I will kind of keep it limited because obviously the next thing on our agenda is something I've also been looking forward to for quite a long time. So I'll just say this, and the full, in case you guys are curious about the full, I guess, version of said explanation, it will be on tomorrow's upload on the YouTube channel, which I will give a link to the channel through said explanation. But basically, in a nutshell, what I like to say is the following. It obviously wasn't an easy choice. All the applications I've heard back from are all yeses. Well, technically one was waitlist, but that technically wasn't really a no. It's more of like, hey, you can, you could still get in, but just you might have to wait on a few things. So basically, just to be technical, all of them were yeses. So coming down to just one out of 14 is not. It's not a very easy choice. Not a very easy choice. So a lot of research went into it. A lot of talking to people. A lot of Reddit threads. A lot of rankings, comparisons, YouTube videos of the college tours done by student perspectives and a few visits here and there. I didn't even decide where I was going to go until very late last night, where after, taking a nap, I woke back up and I was just like, you know what, I have to figure this out now, because if I don't, then it's going to be hasty, which is the message I put in the video. So I made the decision with that in mind. And again, I'll give better explanation and stuff like that in the full video, which we released tomorrow on my YouTube channel, which is the same name that you guys know me by, RFRD97, which I'll be spamming my channel link in the chat in a minute, in case those are curious to stay subscribed and notified of when that said video is uploaded. But yeah, again, I appreciate you for letting me share a 2-minute preview of this thing, because I honestly didn't even think I'd get that far. But yeah, I'll explain all that in the video. I'm just extremely happy to have gotten to this point, because I didn't think it was possible 2 years ago.
Aw.
Just know that we're proud of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure. And we will support you.
Yes.
Absolutely, Rich. So once again, best of luck with where things go. And only thing I can say is, let's see how things will play out in the coming months, and hell, even in the coming years, bro. So best of luck with your journey, and we can't wait to see the full video when it drops tomorrow. So make sure to go check it out on his channel, like he stated. It'll probably be officially announced and also there for the Richie subs on the PokéPod Discord server. So make sure to go check that out as well. When it does go live.
By the way, thank you for bringing that up. In case you do want to know directly of when it's uploaded, subscribe to the row on the Discord server to get notified of not only that video, but just my content in general, and just talking with you guys, and etc. etc. So be sure to hit that nice roll right in the gut, and you earn yourself a nice title on the server. So
Hell yeah.
I will expect you there at my lovely Palace of Success. So but yeah, thank you guys.
All right, then let's continue on with the rest of the show. Then why don't we?
Yeah.
So let's begin real quick by covering a film that had just dropped in cinema lately. one that everybody is super excited to talk about because of the fact that we had to postpone that conversation for a week, given that the week prior, the only thing we were able to talk about were more so the incidents that our buddy TSS here, as well as our pal Dean, had to kind of go through. Yeah, that's right. We're talking about the Mario movie Japanese dub that released in cinema. Yeah, let's go ahead and quickly talk over that. First of all, I can't believe Mamoru Miyano is still in that movie. That's so
I
Yeah,
know.
and also
Right.
it's not worth. And also it's not worth watching in the U.S. because they're using dub titles instead of the actual translation, so that fails.
Did they actually sub it?
Yes, they did, but they only. From what I'm hearing, it's dub titles only. So they did English closed captions for the English script and not the translation for Japanese, which is kind of stupid.
Oh, they
So-
just literally copy pasted the script essentially.
Yeah, so
Oh.
yeah. If you want laziness to the nth degree, thank you,
Nope.
Nintendo.
I don't care about laziness. I care about his beautiful velvety voice.
Oh, you're talking about Mamma Mia?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mamma Mia, man.
Oh man, no,
Now I'd
sis-
rather wait until I gotta wait.
Or
until
not
the
gonna
actual
disrespect
Japanese
my
Blu-ray
goal.
release.
no man, but no.
Actually, speaking of the Mario movie, because I know somebody just brought it up in chat. I think there was, and I know this maybe it was talked about already in a past podcast, so if it was, I apologize. But something I've kind of noticed recently was that some theaters in the United States are actually showing off the Mario movie, but in Japanese.
That's exactly what we did. That's exactly what we said 1 minute ago.
Mhm.
Thank you, Richie.
Yeah, of course.
And,
I'm doing it for the dummies. But as far as locations in particular, sadly there isn't any in my backyard neighborhood. The only way I would ever want to take advantage of it is if I just literally go into Los Angeles, which is debatably hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on first of all traffic, and number two,
Yeah.
which is just as important as traffic, what time you leave the county to go up there. So if I ever wanted to do that when it comes out, then I could, but do I really want to? No, not really. I mean, I'll wait until we could get it somehow officially or illegally on the
What?
interwebs.
You mean just go on CD Japan and actually buy it like everybody else?
No, I
And
mean, yeah,
besides,
that's
it's a
what-
region. And also it's a region A Blu-ray disc, so technically it would play here.
Yeah,
too.
that's why I said either legally or illegally, because I didn't know like what the whole
Yeah,
plan of that was. But yeah, in that case, I'd probably just do it for
For the
CD
official
Japan.
release, buy the Japanese Blu-ray.
Oh, that's how I love movie 20's release.
I have tons of points on the account. I gotta use it somehow.
Oh, absolutely. They do expire, by the way. So
No, I know.
Yes,
I know.
they do. And actually, thanks for reminding me. CD Japan gave me my 300 points for the birthday month. So
hell
Oh,
yeah.
they're really good about like the birthday points, so I gotta use that.
yeah.
yeah.
That's what I used for what was it? One of the things I bought there from CD Japan not too long ago. So yeah, good shit. But anyway, what was I gonna go at? Suzume. Yeah, let's go. The chair, guys, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna be talking about the relationship between girl and chair. A relationship I never thought I would ever
Chair
see
meets
us
girl.
talk about. Yeah, when chair meets girl. So just to clarify,
And you're gonna get whacked in the face either, which is great. Yeah.
So to clarify real quick, the ones who have seen the film, at least from what I know here in this group, is myself, TSS, Emmy,
With an asterisk.
yeah, with an asterisk if you guys remember from last week, Cosmic here, and Richie and Polly. I'm not sure on YouTube. Polly, I think you already mentioned you did not see it just yet.
I have not.
We will chill on this yellow couch and vibe.
Okay, so it's essentially going to be this area and this couch for just a small portion for now.
The May couch and the
main
You
couch and the
guys'
main
couch.
floor. There you go. I haven't
Yeah.
seen it yet, says Tyrone.
Yeah, the both of us just. I've not seen it. Sorry, guys.
Alright, well, you guys mute then.
Yeah, if you guys
Yeah.
care
Well,
that
should we
much about
So
spoilers.
if you care about
Do-
spoilers, folks, we
Okay,
will do that. And actually,
message me when I-
yeah,
Okay,
and actually,
I'll put it in the chat.
Well,
Yeah.
also, wouldn't it be nice to have it on the screen? Yeah, there we go. I was about to say, KG.
yeah, no, don't worry. I had the spoilers yay text earlier from before, so don't worry.
So folks, if you see this text on screen, we're still talking about the movie and spoilers. If you see it
Okay.
off screen, then that means we are done. So There we
Yeah,
go.
let me just go ahead and make sure I write Suzume spoilers real quick.
Oh, and fucking Tyra in the chat said he also hasn't seen it.
Well, he's
Yeah.
not in this call currently, though. So, actually, yeah, Tyron, if you haven't seen it, then you also might want to make sure you take
Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone,
Mr.
wait to come in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
Tyrone
yeah.
said, "Let me know when they're done talking about it." I got you, Tyrone. I got you.
Oh lordy.
Right.
All right then. So let's go quickly into it. So yeah, myself, TSS, Asterix, Cosmic, and Emmy have seen the film. So we're gonna go ahead and quickly share our input on the film overall, and see what everyone has to say about
Richie
it,
needs to
as
mute.
well
Yeah,
as
definitely.
score wise for that too. So let us go ahead and start passing it out one by one, why don't we? So I'm gonna go to this couch real quick. We're gonna go and pass it on to Emmy first. Emmy, let me hear from you your story of Chair and Girl.
Oh, yay! I'm so excited to talk about this movie. I love this movie. This was so good. First and foremost, I am so glad I watched in theaters because of the music alone. Oh my god, the music was fantastic.
Soundtrack
Oh,
was so good.
it was so good. Like, oh my gosh, dude, okay, let's just talk about the music right now. Like the chase scene in the beginning, like the when like when of course when the chair happens, and then friggin' I'm forgetting names now, but like what is her name? Oh, Suzume. LOL. Oh man, she's
Sesame.
chasing, she's chasing after this chair, and then the music that plays. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. Oh, it's so good. It's just the instruments went off in this film, and I just couldn't be more happy. And then you're hearing that in theaters, so that's even better. Oh, so good. Just the overall plot was very interesting too. I thought it was very well paced, at least from what I thought. I do wish that they did a little bit more character development, at least with with her aunt. And even like I would say even Sota's friend as well. I wish they did that just to like I guess like help the story a little bit in terms of just like not just about like Suzume and Sota as well, but other than that, like plot wise, I think it was a really strong plot, even though it's so weird to think about. Like I went with friends and like I went with Groot and we also went with another friend as well. And I didn't tell them anything about this movie. I just said it's about a girl and a chair. And then I sent them the trailers, but they didn't watch it because they're like, let's go into this blind. And you know what? It was great. It was fantastic. You don't need to know. Even the trailers, to be honest, didn't really help with this film anyways. It's something you have to really experience. Just I guess watching it and just seeing the madness unfold. I like the whole plot line with the whole like they're closers. Who knew this character was just like working the closing shift? I didn't know that. I didn't know that's what was gonna be. But so honestly, my thoughts are all over the place. It would help if it was just a discussion, but you know what? I really like the movie. I'll like probably bounce off what other people are saying too, because my mind's just blank right now. But I really liked it. I'm just excited, but I have nothing to say because I can't think of anything. It's so weird. Like I don't know. Can we come back to me? I'll think of things. But I really liked it. It was good. It was really good.
Oh, Lordy.
I want to watch it again. And also, I was very impressed by the dub. All right, like the voice acting was really well done. I was kind of nervous because I usually watch like anime movies or just anime in general in sub. So I was kind of worried that like the voice acting would be cringe. But honestly, it was really, really well done. I was very impressed by Suzume's voice actor. I think she did a fantastic job. And just like with all the emotions and all that. So I thought it was really nice and it wasn't cringe at all. So very impressed. Very impressed. I can't think of things, but I'll think of more things along the way. So someone else talk. This is too much pressure. Please.
Sure. All right, we'll go ahead and pass it on to your sister in the couch then. To Cosmic, would you like to go ahead and share your thoughts on
Okay.
the film then, buddy?
So you all know I give very brief reviews on the episodes. Well, I can't do that about this movie because it was that good. I love this movie. It was really like it was just so like okay. Emmy talked about the music, which was great. The artwork in this movie
so
was
pretty.
like next level beautiful. Like I was just in awe while seeing it, and like I'm just like, how many like animators and illustrators did they get to work on this movie because it was just so insanely pretty, and I could not like I was just like wrapped up in the artwork, which I mean, granted, like the producer of it, all of his movies are really pretty. Like Your Name is really pretty. Weathering with You is
Yeah.
really pretty. But like this one, I think is the nicest looking one we've gotten. Like I don't know, maybe it's like funding more or whatever, but this one was just like I think this one like blew them out of the water. In terms of like the characters, I didn't think I could fall in love with a chair.
Yeah,
But I
right?
did. I did. You know, Shota is best boy, but he's also best chair. Like, if you guys are a fan of furniture, like I don't really know. I don't know
Calling
where
all
I'm
the
going.
furniture fetishists.
No, not like that, not like that. But like, I love sitting down and
Oh my
being
God.
comfortable.
Actually,
I
fun
didn't-
fact.
Yeah, but
If you
why
go on
can't, how can you
Etsy-
be comfortable? How can you be comfortable with a three-legged chair though?
No, you can. They
You
made it
can.
comfortable. You
Yeah,
know?
they made him cute and wholesome.
Honestly, I want to see Usain Bolt against this chair. All right, I think it's an even match. Like I think
Jesus
this
Christ.
chair can win.
Yeah, but like the chair is just he's best character. Oh yeah, we're doing spoilers, so I can say this. The very end of the movie, I wish we did get a reveal of where that final leg was, because that it was just something that
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I really did want to know where it was. But at the same time, I appreciated the mystery, you know, so I wasn't really
Mhm.
totally upset by it. Also, the cats. Oh
Oh
my
yeah.
god! Oh my god! Like
Daijin, yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
Daijin was so cute, and like it just sure it was like a little rascal throughout the entire movie, but you know what? It's a cat. That's what they do. Like they just cause chaos, and
Mm.
Daijin was perfect. And then at the very end, I'll admit I almost cried.
Aw.
And like KG can vouch, he was with me when I saw the movie. I was so upset when he died, but you know he died for a good cause, and all he wanted to do was to have Suzume's love because he wanted to be her cat, and he couldn't become her cat at the end. But at least she got a chair, you know.
Yeah.
But then he became human, and that was a little upsetting. I liked him better as a chair. I don't know. He was more reliable.
You liked it better as a chair.
More
Well,
reliable as a
well, I
chair
mean,
versus
she has
a guy who is who's taking a fucking teacher exam. That's really cool.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you know,
Did you see those jumps though? As chair.
Yeah,
Those jumps were
he was like,
insane.
also, I just want to say because somebody mentioned the romantic aspect of it. The music, but the music, I think, really helped the romantic tone of this movie because again, it's a girl in a chair, so it's a chair. But like when she was kissing the chair, I was just like, this is just weird. But then like the music really helped, and I was like, you know what? I'm okay with it now. Like she's kissing her chair. That's like when you're in bed and you're like, you know what? I love my bed. I want to marry my bed. I don't want to get up. Like that's how it felt.
Mm.
Yeah. But yeah, if I give it a rating, I would give it like just because of the leg thing, I'm taking off a point. I'm giving it like a 9.
Mm.
And why is May in the background? Because it's gonna be May. That way.
Yeah.
But it does look like she's squishing my head.
Also because she's doing the chokusetsu or directly to you pose, which is nice.
KG, did you purposely place her hands like where my head is?
No, it does look a little off. Actually.
It's like perfectly
like perfect.
It looks just slightly off. Hold on, let's just fix that real quick.
You look like you have wings, and they're just May hands.
There we go.
These wings are made to fly.
Oh my god.
There we go. Now it's better.
Oh, yeah, guys, I'm being squished by best Poke Girl. It's okay.
If
I had to be squished by any Poke Girl, I'm glad it's May.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
There you go.
All right, then. Yeah. What do you guys say we go ahead and talk to our next... Wait, what'd you say was your score again for the film?
Oh, I gave it a 9.
And Emmy, what about you?
9. Yeah, 9 as well. I think it was really good.
Can I just say one last thing? It doesn't have actually to do with the movie. It has something to do with the voice actors. I also saw it dubbed. The voice actor for Shota, guys, go follow him on social media because he's hilarious. Like he'll just randomly go live on Instagram and TikTok and just show you a bunch of chairs. Like he was just going to furniture stores and just showing chairs. And it was like the greatest thing.
No, but I almost want to go to Goodwill and not Goodwill because they're freaking they're rip off, but go to freaking Habitat for Humanity, a place that actually do charitable work.
Oh lordy.
incredible look.
Chair. Yeah, I thought that was the pun.
Oh my god! I just punned myself, and just get like a freaking like random like dining room chair and just cut off one of the legs. That's what I want to do.
Damn. Oh man, just don't get possessed by it. Is all. By a cat.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I 100% agree with you too with your statements on this. If I had to give a quick review on it, I really enjoyed the film a lot as well. The music, especially in the cinema, is absolutely bombastic and it just perfect. The reason why I enjoyed it a lot more is because of the instrumentations that they had for this one. It had like a jazzy kind of
Yes,
Yeah.
tune to
the
it.
jazz.
Yeah, it was so good.
I like jazz. I like jazz.
Yeah, so it was really incredible. Just seeing the film, the animation was beautiful. The storytelling was really nice. Certain character aspects I thought was a little weak, but thankfully the parts that really mattered were the ones that were carried the most in this story. And I had a wonderful time from it. There usually are films where I tend to watch that because I initially thought that this film was going to be just maybe like I want to say 70, 80 minutes. And so I find out that the film is actually 2 hours.
Yeah.
I will say, I think they used their 2 hours effectively in this story.
Agreed.
It was very well paced. I actually enjoyed a lot of the character development for Cherokun and for Suzume. I actually enjoyed the music, animation, the kitty cat, and the revelation at the end. There is a huge twist at the end of the film that I'm like, okay, now I see why this film is similar to Your Name and to Weathering with You, because they always have to do that thing at the end to try to make everything kind of go full circle. They can never just simply be like, no, never mind. And then you find out who that chick is at the end and you're like, holy shit, what the hell was that kind of thing? Also, something fell. Don't worry.
Are you really okay?
Yeah, it's
What
fine.
happened?
No, that was my frustration at the film. There you go. With
Oh,
that.
okay. Well, guys,
Was it the chair falling down?
he's not giving it a 10, and that's why.
But no, just kidding. It's just my water bottle fell. My big boy one.
no.
I wanted to
No,
get it while
not
I was
the
drinking.
water.
He's
Everyone
okay.
make him hydrate because he
Make him
needs it.
hydrate.
But yeah, so what else did I want to say as well? I just enjoyed everything. The plot twist at the end was fun. Everything else was great. Can't argue with it. Maybe like I said, there was just like one or two things that I wish was
Yeah.
developed a little bit
Yeah.
more. But for the most part, the things that really mattered to me delivered. And because of that,
Yeah.
I will give this a score rating similar to what the other two said here. I will give it a solid 9 out of 10. Would not mind seeing the film again. And I'm kind of curious to see how the Japanese side is like
Me
if I get
too.
lucky with it, because apparently people have had issues with just trying to watch it, and it's two in a row so far with two people we have. So
A great transition.
so with that being said, TSS, I will pass it on to you. I know you said before you can't really give a score, but obviously you missed out on what is essentially the first few minutes.
The first like 20 or 25 minutes of the film. However, though, I can comment on a lot of the stuff and a lot of the plot points that I did like in particular. So first of all, Makoto Shinkai must be freaking like deep, like diving into my brain or something, because every time I watch a Makoto Shinkai film, there are places that I have already been to, and I watch it and they're there. Like for example, with I believe it was Your Name, they show a manga cafe in Shinjuku that I went to. I think it was Weathering with You. It was Weathering with You, I think. This time, Makoto Shinkai not only does, crazy shit, but it also does, he shows the outside, the exterior of Shin-Kobe Station, which I was on the pod while I was in Japan, outside in that same goddamn parking lot, the same scene, the same location that I was there like a month and a half ago. That's number one. Number two, they show Ochanomizu Station, which I was there last time, a couple of months back. And then the other worm was actually located in a very famous section of Ochanomizu, and that is inside the Monouchi tunnels, which actually is very interesting. It's actually in the rail museum. It's actually in the subway museum as well, because you have the JR on the top, then you have the tunnel portal where the Monouchi line comes out of the tunnel, and it's in that. So it's kind of crazy. But those were hauntingly accurate, and I have to say, as in terms of like scenery, great stuff. Also seeing that scene in the abandoned amusement park as well, great stuff as well. So what do I think? So first of all, I want to say as I mentioned last week, I did not pay to watch the dub version. However, though, Bang Zoom did an absolutely great job with this film. I give them that much credit. The voice actor specifically for Tomoya, which is Joe Zieja, I think that's how you pronounce it. He was actually singing along to a lot of the because in his convertible, which by the way gets fucking wrecked and just wrecks the door off and just puts it back together on fucking duct tape, which I like. He just randomly sings like 80s Japanese J-pop songs, and I appreciate that. And one of them was like Valentine's Day Kiss. And apparently in the first 25 minutes they play fucking Galaxy Express 39 by Godiva, which is like, I love that song, and I missed it because I fucking went outside and told and tried to get the management to freaking to change the film. But anyway, aside from that, the musical choices in this film absolutely great. The background music, top notch. And the dub voice acting was actually pretty decent. So give it all that. But I will say that, and I will second Cosmic's opinion here. Especially the scenes where the worm appears, especially when the first worm gets defeated and Sota gets freaking frozen in place. That was great.
Yes.
And then the second time as well, where you have Daijin. By the way, Daijin's dub voice, it reminds me of Luma from the fucking Mario movie. Very very lackadaisical and sadistical, which I liked a lot. So it's like,
is it the same? I wondered that.
Daijin's voice actress in the dub was Lena Josephine Morano. I do not know if that's the same one that did the Luma voice.
Luma. Okay, I'll look at it.
Look it up. But yeah, but the worm concept was cool. The whole thing of locking up doors to prevent disasters, especially since this was inspired by the Tohoku earthquake of 2011, which kind of does, and especially in the later half of the film, or the last 40 minutes of the film when they're trying to go to that area, and you just see the entire like Fukushima area being like completely destroyed. You have freaking cars rusted out, debris everywhere. It's just a haunting. It's just a haunting thing. And then when they go through the door, when Suzume goes through the door to try to rescue Sota, that was a wonderful divining moment too. But I will second the fact that, okay, we have a loop. So again, it's the whole Makoto Shinkai loop thing, which I would have liked closure myself, honestly. But this is a Makoto Shinkai film, so it hits all of the different earmarks that a Makoto Shinkai film does. So I'm not going to complain about it. Well paced, lovable characters. They did, however, keep the drunk Japanese guy in Kobe to sing the songs in the karaoke in the bar, which I appreciated. And that was the only Japanese we hear in the film. But anyway, so I'm not giving a score because, like I said, I missed the first 20 minutes, and I'm not giving a score on a version of the film that I wasn't intending on seeing. But I will say that in many aspects, it's a little bit better than I find it a little bit better than Your Name and Weathering with You. But I did appreciate the fact that the Rad Wimps, once again, fantastic music. And let's leave it at that. Best chair.
Also, can I just add that just like the song for the movie, like the do parts, that's been stuck in my head this entire week. So it's like the do. That part has been stuck in my head this entire week.
Oh,
it's
Emmy,
so good though. Yes.
For those of you who don't know, Emmy can play guitar. Emmy, you should learn how to play that on guitar.
Honestly, I wanted to because it's such a pretty song. I'm like, oh, and like the voice is so angelic. I'm just like, oh, it's so good. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that. Got you.
Yeah.
I got you. It's so good. Oh, I'm so happy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and Robzo gives a great point. Freaking Suzume misses Fuji, and they pass Atami Station, which I actually have a picture of Atami Station because Atami Station on the Shinkansen, you could literally see Fuji through the platform, which is cool, but she missed it. That was great. So I mean that was a cool little thing. So once again, Tokaido Shinkansen. And actually, the funny thing was that was the last time, once again, first time that I was able to see Fuji clearly on all of the trips because either it was either foggy or there was clouds like covering the top or whatever. So yeah, Makoto Shinkai. I want more things like this. I want more films like this. So, if you send your surveillance people out again, I'll go to a different place. Thank you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I do feel bad for some of the peeps who wanted to watch one version of the film and they came out watching
Yeah.
something else, I guess. Oh, man. Well, can't always be winners with these things. But
Yay.
you can at least enjoy what you got. And, I mean, you did get a freebie, so you're good on that front.
Yeah.
All right, then. Well, there you go, ladies and gents. That is our review on Sashimi. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us get back to our regularly scheduled programs, then. Why don't we?
Free.
Hell yeah. You guys got a good rest there. Okay, so...
Never, ever put me in that stony cold loo again.
Don't worry. We'll do it again at later.
What the fuck? Fine.
No, just kidding. I'm going to go there now this time. We're gonna
I'll be sure to bring the harmonica this time because at least then I'll be entertained in the cold loo. Ugh.
Oh, man. But spoilers are indeed over now.
Let me go get my other jailmate.
All right, yeah, let's go see what's happening with her. Oh, there you go. Wrong jailmate, Richie. You got Tyrone instead.
Well, fuck it. I went either way.
I guess so. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
I just tagged you.
I was on Twitter. And fucking, so you know that Team Rocket, Team Plasma donation thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about that next.
Yeah, somebody.
I'm reading the script right now.
Sorry, somebody said, what if they donated a bunch of money only to find out it was a scam? But right above it, hold up, right above it, it shows a crudely drawn image of Timmy Turner praying on his bed, going, please God, let this happen, because it would be so fucking funny.
That shit.
Damn, but did that actually get wished?
Casey, I was laughing.
Oh my god.
Y'all, I was laughing for 10 minutes straight.
Yo,
I can
you're not
tell
gonna
you're-
send that link, bro?
No, he posted in the PokePod session chat.
I posted the picture. Yeah. It's like the crudely drawn Timmy Turner.
Oh my god. No, I meant the tweet.
The tweet
He's
itself.
like-
The tweet
he's
itself.
praying on his bed.
That's fucking good. That's good. That's good.
But I don't know. Timmy Turner praying to God is an extra layer of funny to me. Because he has fairy.
God.
Not even fairies could wish you wanted, bro.
It just him saying it would be so fucking funny. Oh my god.
I have to say that I love how this is like news, and it's like taking the fandom by storm.
I
Because
As it should have fucking 10 plus years ago.
I love
Best
the
Wishes has
memes.
been so, I guess, brushed under the carpet for years. Aside from like people making jokes at its expense, sometimes well-deserved jokes, but nonetheless. So I just love it, like, because I know that we are focused on Horizons now, and we have said our goodbyes to Ash, but I still love that this is the one piece in this community that we've
One
all
Piece.
collectively been waiting for,
One Piece is
and
real!
it's finally here. It's the One Piece.
I was laughing so hard, and I just love the idea because, like, I know TSS is gonna say some important shit, but before all of that, I just wanted to use humor to fucking de-escalate it. because the imagery of Timmy just praying to God, hoping that everybody donated all this fucking money, only to find out it's just some scam.
Well, I'm glad that, whatever quote-unquote scam, it really didn't turn out that way, because we did technically get the answers, thank God. And also, I believe the person did refund everything back to all the individuals who did donate.
My God!
But yeah, no, that shit would have been hilarious.
Because there are people there. Because there are people that donate. There are a couple of people that donate $300, $500, and it was like over $1,000 worth of donations.
I think it was 4,000 when I last saw it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Which
so they did actually. Yeah, so they did reach the goal, but it was canceled.
Yeah.
Exactly. Why do you need $4,000 to preserve a piece of paper, bro?
And we're gonna get to that, and we're gonna see we're gonna try to think the mindset and the mentality behind it, because it really is asinine when you come and think about it, especially when you see the final result. It would have been the worst media transaction in the 21st century in the fandom.
At least in the anipoke community, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Going in the record books.
One thing's for sure, I'm going to take a backseat on this one because I want to just listen to this conversation unfold.
Gave up how much money?
I have no knowledge of this information. I was passed the hell out throughout the whole day, so any updates that we got today, I was out of the loop. So I know for two individuals, that being of TSS here and Richie, we're very excited to go into details on that, and I know some of y'all here in the call as well are also curious to just at least talk about the actual content in and of itself. But I'm kind of curious about both aspects. I want to know,
folks,
the
he means
story
free
behind it and the results, what exactly came from it. This is the Anipoke's E3 right here, fed content right here.
So fucking funny.
Oh, it is. I need to go find that tweet though, Tyrone. Holy shit. But yeah, so all right, TSS, Richie, whoever wants to be the one to take it for this one, please go ahead, share the peeps the information of what went down. Because
friendly reminder, we weren't the only two. You're forgetting my fellow jailmate.
No. I said that I know, like, for you two specifically, because you two were the ones who came at me the most with that. I know Polly was more so referring to the actual content inside the actual script.
Okay, I want to make sure.
I know for you and TSS, you were referring to the behind the scenes leading up to it.
Well, not only behind the scenes, but just like reading it overall. Which, by the way,
yeah, of course, you guys will be talking that one.
I was over for my spot, but why wasn't it real?
I know.
I hate Mother Nature. Fuck Mother Nature.
I didn't actually read it. Because so I actually want to read it on my own time. But there's significant issues with reading the actual copy, and we're gonna get to that in just a moment.
All right, but yes,
we should do a live reading.
Instead of reaction night, we're gonna do a reading night. There you go.
There's no Friede in this, so I'm gonna
fade in from black. Giovanni eyes the.
I'll be Dr. Zager and the silent.
Actually, no. Why don't we do that? Why don't we just get everybody here to just
Yeah, but we gotta wait for the proper translation.
How long will the proper translation take?
We would be here for like.
Well, first of all, I think we got to get better first before we go into this.
We got
37 pages. Oh my god!
That's not as long as I thought it would be. Actually,
it's wrong. It's
the next time Anipoke takes a break.
48 per, so 96 pages.
Instead of the watch party, we'll just do a live reading when we get the official translation.
I want to be Ed. That's it. That's all I
I want to be Pikachu.
Yeah, it's like fucking
Pikachu.
Either Giovanni or Dr. Zager. Any of the Rockets.
Well, we all know who has sugar today.
Well, clearly everyone's excited by the idea, so no, we'll make it happen, chat. Don't worry, and it will be the most interesting session of the night. But hey,
I'll call off work that day just to show up.
We gotta get every member of actually, no, we should totally do that for a Thursday night then, if that's the case.
Read
Just the reading session.
I'll read the shit.
If the whole thing comes out before Thursday, we're totally making Thursday that day for that.
No. Kevin, if you've seen my lovely video, you would know a Russ decision is like spoiled milk. What's not spoiled in milk, mister?
Oh.
FPGA.
Must not rush perfection. That is this beautiful two-parter that we're never gonna get.
True.
Also, can I just say, I'm reading some of the lines. I see Pikachu's line, and Pikachu's line is just, is Krokorok? Pikachu? That's it.
I mean,
And then another one just like, Pika? That's it.
Yeah, I mean, this is the raw script. So what do you want?
Oh, I love it.
And also sets up the scene. So,
All right.
all right.
I will
so
take the
so
back
it's-
seat.
it's-
So I will
it's
leave you
cutting
guys
time.
now. Go have fun with it. I'll speak with y'all later.
Nut cutting time, as the famous Jim Cornette said one time. All right, so we are not going to get.
You're right. I am going to bed.
We are not going to get. We are not naming names, and we're not going to be specific. But I'm going to talk about my opinion on it, and also what we did receive out of this exchange, and what didn't we receive out of this exchange, as well as my own my own experience with anime and storyboard purchasing. So let's get into the meat and potatoes first by explaining the situation at hand. So yesterday, GoFundMe was announced because apparently a third party had the two scripts of Best Wishes 23 and 24 on hand, and they were willing to give, or they wanted X amount of dollars for it, but in this case $4,000. So a person was going to potentially completely fuck up a family vacation to get this out, to get this acquired, which that takes dedication. Until you realize what ended up happening at the end, but we're going to get to that later. So a GoFundMe was started, and there were donations, and within like the first 12 hours, it was over $1,000. And then it did reach its goal by today, but then it disappeared. And then we found out later that the original person who scanned, it's not scanned, but I'm going to get to that, who had these exact same photos, decided to give it out for free. So essentially, what was given out for free and what was going to be part of this $4,000 exchange are pictures from a phone at 72 DPI, which is the standard dots per inch for a freaking computer monitor, at a resolution of, on the main scripts, 968 by 1296, 1.25 megapixels, $4,000 for this shit, which is absolutely asinine to have. Okay, and on top of that, we have evidence of a Mandarake auction which occurred in February of 2013, which the 23rd, which BW23 was it 23? No, BW24 was sold on Mandarake auctions for 9,800 yen, which is $95. So if you can assume that both episodes 23 and 24 went for the same price, that means this person wanted 20 times the amount that this was actually worth, and it would have been for crappy cell phone pictures. Now, thank goodness that this was not the case. This was not, no money was transferred at all. Thank God, because honestly, while preservation is important, dropping $4,000 for this quality is absolutely pathetic. So I want to say thank you to the original owner of these photos and the original owner of the script for making it public, and for everybody to enjoy. And you saved a bunch of people from being scammed. Now, I want to also mention that scripts like these appear on Yahoo Auctions and Mandarake all the time, including storyboards. And normally for the more famous anime, like actually in-demand anime, a script book would go for anywhere between $40 and $100. Okay, and for example, right behind me, right here, is a storyboard as shit falls for Yokai Watch Onpu episode number 25. And this is exact storyboard. This is all with sketches and the hand-drawn cuts. There are 247 cuts on this bunch of 115 A4 paper. And guess how much I paid for it? $8. $8 fucking dollars.
I was gonna guess 10.
Yes. But on top of that, 5 years ago, I had bought my brother from a Mandarake in Shibuya a episode. I think it was episode 4 of like Aba Ranger, and that was $8. So again, you have a script that is 9,800 yen, $95 times 2. Low quality, trying to be peddled off for $4,000. No. So basically, if you want your hands on the scripts, go out and get them at like either Mandarake or you go on Yahoo Auction and use a
do
auction
what
service.
I'm gonna do
Because
TSS.
yeah, well, also I want to mention that 10 years ago, we had found a few we actually found several like AG and OS scripts being sold on Yahoo Japan, and at the time it was around $60, $70 each. But the thing is, though, we didn't think it was worth it because at the time the yen was shit. And you would have had to pay the courier fees associated with those shopping services. So you probably were looking at like over $100 for one script, and at that point, it was not worth that. But storyboards are a little bit more rare to get. But scripts are you could probably scripts and sometimes you could find cell animation as well. Those are not that uncommon, but you'll just have to find it like random. So yeah, but anyway, I am really glad that no money was exchanged in this in these pictures, because 1.25 megapixel pictures for $4,000. And then it's not even scanned. It's not even 200, 300 DPI from a real scanner. It was just a phone picture. Phone pictures for that much money. That was complete. That's pathetic. And this should never happen. It's scalping to the nth degree. It's actually worse than scalping because you already had a person. You basically were profiting off something that somebody else owned. So yeah, screw them. Next.
Wow.
But thank you for the preservation in history. Thank you.
TSS, I got this shit for $8. Killer, ladies and gentlemen. Ugh.
You're the Timmy Turner meme.
I knew that would be the first thing out of your goddamn mouth.
Honestly, when they like, let me show you my perspective of it. I know it's not going to be as in-depth as everybody else's.
That's fine. Yeah, I might as well just let you have this one before I go.
Yeah, go. Yeah, it's very short.
Yeah,
I went on Twitter and I saw a giant Team Rocket R. I'm like, wait a minute, this Team Rocket R is familiar. I was like, oh, this is the black and white one, the Best Wishes one. I'm like, why are they showing? Why am I seeing this Team Rocket R so much? I click on it and they're like, oh, they're giving the script out for fucking if we can get like a bunch of people $4,000 worth, then they'll like give the script. I'm like, are they gonna show the fucking episode? Because I don't think $4,000 is worth it. I mean, y'all can donate $4,000, but I'm not donating a goddamn thing. I'm gonna sit here and watch y'all pay this money, and I'll reap y'all benefits afterwards. But no, then the first thing I see in the comments is Timmy Turner going, let us be a scam. It'll be so fucking funny. And then after that, I found out it was a scam, and then I was like, oh, shit. Be careful what you wish for, I guess.
Actually, no, I'll take that back. That was actually pretty good. Actually, minor correction on your order. I'll actually go last because obviously we have our resident T-Rocket fan girl that is particularly just as excited as I am.
I always find it so interesting when Pokemon like talks back about its old shit that never got to see release, like the Porygon thing, where it's at first it became like, oh, Pokemon is so devastating. How could they do this to his children? Years later, it was like Porygon's done nothing wrong. Pikachu was the one that shot the missile. Free my boy Porygon. Like
yeah, you did nothing wrong, man.
That's what I was saying before, but nobody answered. I love when the fandom goes through this.
Then there was the Wishcash thing with the earthquake, and like that like caught some controversy. And then we had Pokemon XY's banned episode which came back. Holy shit! That's why I think it's the only series to do that.
The only reason why is because Folklore cut, and that's the only reason why they had to bring it back, because all the other episodes were filler.
It makes me feel proud, though. It makes me feel very proud to be like, you cannot take an XY episode from us. Not as long as I live on this planet.
That's me with this one.
Yeah, but go ahead, Polly, because you're the one that was the most.
I'll let you go because I know you're specifically a Team Rocket fan girl, so you've been looking forward to this one. Maybe a little bit more than I was.
At the time, 15-year-old Polly.
Oh, shit, you're old.
Yeah. Was devastated to know that this was going to be completely, like, not just not aired, but just then to find out that it's going to be completely cut from the canon and not really knowing where the series was going at the time was, it was devastating. I mean, obviously, in being sensitive to it was the tsunami or the earthquake? Yeah, the earthquake.
TSS, wasn't it both? Oh, I think he's gone. But I do believe it was I do believe it was both. What's
the situation, being sensitive to the situation, because people did lose their lives, and it was just very, very unfortunate. So, now being an adult, I can definitely put aside some of my anger, because, real life obviously comes first. And, I do feel sorry for the people that lost their lives in that very unfortunate incident. And I think it was definitely a good choice to be sensitive to that and not showing, because I'm going through the script. You can definitely see elements of the, what is it? The Meloetta, that arc that they kind of redid later on.
The C-tip arc, for season 2, Best Wishes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you can definitely see where they took elements of this to put in that, but this seems way more intense. Like, I don't want to spoil it too much, but it's like there's explosions going on, and there's, helicopters. Ash is locked in some kind of cell or something with his hands tied around his. Like, you can tell they definitely want a little bit of a darker vibe.
Thank you, Navy, for this for the sub.
Huh?
Thank you, Navy, for the 11 months.
Yeah, yes, thank you, Navy.
Tier 2, we appreciate it.
Yes, okay, Omar Rosales.
There's your 5-second cameo.
He just clarified it is the 2011 earthquake and Fukushima disaster.
No. So I just looked at myself. It was earthquake, tsunami, and that nuclear disaster. Yeah. So literally, the 3 worst possible things you can ever have happened. So I could definitely see why it was delayed.
Yeah, I just it's one of those things where at the time I was like, well, why can't they just preserve it and but. And then it would mess with the order of things. We all know how that turned out. Black and White 2 came out, and they had to figure out a way to incorporate that. So I love you, Best Wishes, but we all know that some part of it was the lovely shitstorm we've come to know and love. But yeah, going through this script, I wish it was real. Like, I just love the concept. Like, even though I really did like the undersea temple thing, I thought it was great. Like the Meloetta stuff. Like, I thought it was great that it built up to that. I thought the arc was pretty solid. But we all wanted this. We wanted, it's just the concept of Team Rocket versus Team Plasma wasn't obviously something that was explored in the games. And something that we'd been anticipating. Also, just because I feel like with the OS to DP, kind of like the classic arc ending, this would have been an amazing way to sort of have Team Rocket have one last large, intense arc like this. You get to see all the grunts lined up and and serving Giovanni as he steps out of the helicopter. It just looks so cool. I was anticipating it so much. Whereas the Meloetta arc seemed a little bit more contained. It was just the trio, Giovanni, Dr. Zager, and Pierce for the most. I don't even know if Pierce was. Can't remember if Pierce was part of it.
No, Pierce was just pretty much nuked after the 2 episodes that never aired.
Oh, that's too bad. He's cool. Yeah. So it didn't feel as
justice for Pierce.
I guess because here it's like Giovanni and Dr. Zager like showing off the media night. And first of all, I'm a bad Best Wishes fan because I completely forgot that they had stolen it from Lenora's museum a couple episodes prior. But yeah, like they're showing it off like, oh, this is our son, and like everybody's like cheering, and you know, it really seems like this big iconic event for the organization, like that they've had, you know, in with years of failures. It's like, oh, we're finally getting somewhere. We're having this grandiose moment of success, and then Team Plasma's there undercover. Like it's just like so cool. And then like Officer Jenny, the police come in. Like it's everything that I would want in kind of like for what Best Wishes was and for what the Pokemon anime is, or rather was at the time. You know, where they still had to keep it somewhat kid friendly, but it's still kind of like dark and intense enough, even for Best Wishes, that like I don't know. I just think it would have been like really cool. Like I know I keep saying that, but
I feel like this is another situation that Terrell brought up a while back when he was talking about Best Wishes. And we moved on to XY. It always felt like XY, and like as much as I love XY, I can see it. It always feels like XY came in to steal Best Wishes' potential thunder. The Team Plasma, Team Rocket arc very much feels like it was going to be that on that same level of darkness that like the Team Flare arc wound up being. Like Team Flare to this day, to me at least, is the darkest Pokemon's ever been in terms of an arc. Like how they handle the evil team confrontation. And I believe the Team Rocket and Team Plasma stuff was definitely going to be like, if not a runner-up, it definitely would have been on par. But unfortunately, we never got to. Even with the script, we have it. We can only imagine what the scenes would look like.
Yeah, I remember when we saw that scene of them all at the party, like it was Juniper. I remember originally,
it was like the
I was so
masquerade party.
desperate for it to be for Butch and Cassie to return because I'm like, this was early Best Wishes, and we hadn't seen them since the Hippopotas or whatever that was episode. They're like only episode in DP, so I'm like, oh, maybe Butch and Cassie will be back, and they just haven't shown them yet. Because at the time, it's like you're showing like hundreds of or dozens of rockets. It's like, oh, you know, I was delusional, you know, ignoring the trio being big and badass and competent, and I wanted them to come back. But, you know, obviously now I know that for sure that they never appeared and never were mentioned. But you know what? I'm glad I got that confirmation. And yeah, like I just thought like the whole thing with Juniper and Looker going and like Silent going in disguise at the party. I never really knew what that was about, and I always wanted to be because it seemed very like kind of unlike anything they've ever really done before. In terms of this big like party in this penthouse and like I don't know. So yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Tyrone.
Oh no, I'm so
excited.
I was literally clearing my throat.
Let me clear my throat.
But
yeah.
I mean, if I were to follow up on anything here, yeah, Polly, I completely understand your perspective on this. Is like Team Rocket. I hate to say it, I checked out of Team Rocket probably after Johto, man. Like, no offense to them, I was done with Team Rocket. I think the last time I got emotionally invested in Team Rocket was probably Sun and Moon, but Johto was when I checked out of Team Rocket just because they hadn't been relevant. I will say XY did a good job of I feel like XY did a balance. I feel like XY did a little Best Wishes. You could feel like a hint of Best Wishes in them, but it was still like their same goofy, like bullshit. So Best Wishes was, well, it was a very confident change. And I noticed that with a lot of Gen 5 is that Gen 5 was definitely the captain when it came to like making dramatic changes in Pokemon that unfortunately I think ruined it for a lot of other series. Reason being is because when they made those dramatic changes, people hated them. All of them. And then years would pass and they were like, oh, I like those changes. Yeah, now you do. Now that you done scared Pokemon out of those fucking habits.
Mm.
Not just I like to call them bandwagoners.
Well, yeah, not just in the anime and the games too. I mean, like Chandelure, Vanillite, and them. Those are beloved Pokemon. But back in the day, bruh, they drug poor Shanda through the mud. So yeah, even with this Team Rocket change, TSS has said it a million times. People didn't like the way Team Rocket acted. I'm like, I loved this Team Rocket.
Well, even their own voice actors.
They did. Oh, that's lame. I liked serious Team Rocket. It was a change of pace. I kind of wish there was a transition to it. I kind of wish they didn't just go from. I kind of wish they didn't just go from DP silliness to straight to Best Wishes seriousness.
Yeah, I always found it very jarring.
I kind of wish like
loves those characters individually, especially. You know, it was interesting in this script seeing like soon to be Ash's Krokorok appearing. James's Yamask got a little bit more screen time. Because I feel like everyone in the previous episode he caught it, but it's like I feel like we didn't really see much of it or really much of their Pokemon in general. Because obvious, I mean, it makes sense because they weren't even in Best Wishes as much as they were in other series, or they were in literally every single episode. But yeah, it's nostalgic seeing. It's like, okay, Ash calls out Tepig, Ash calls out Snivy. I'm like, oh, like I'm very nostalgic right now, just reading through all of this. Yeah. There's a really funny part I liked where Iris, it's the part where Ash I think gets locked up, or Ash is somewhere else away from Silent and Iris, and Iris finds some kind of like neon cord or something, or wire, and she like swings from it and lands, and then she gestures for Silent to do the same, and he's like the script is like he's swinging around crazily like Tarzan, and then he's crying because like and like Iris is like, oh, that was a good landing. He's like, well, not everyone can jump as well as you. So I thought that was funny.
Man,
how different they are.
We didn't even get another moment of his crying on our compilations of Silent Great moments. Man, life sucks. And speaking of that, I guess unless I have anything else to say on your bit.
No, although the one thing I'm really sad about, I think KG, I don't know if he's around, will agree with me.
Yo.
Is that because I believe you actually, most of you in this call like that tune, the black and white credits theme. We never wound up getting.
Oh, to our respective futures. Yeah. Oh, no, that is my favorite song. Yeah,
that is the GOAT. That is a GOAT song.
Yeah, it is a goated song. It's one of the listen. I'm gonna tell you right now, Polly. The black and white soundtrack is the only reason why I want the OST so badly from the BW's OST hits so good, and the XY remixes of those just crush it as well.
You want to know what bugs me a little bit? I kind of wish we got a Team Plasma anime version. We never got their theme in an anime.
No, I think it was intended to be in this episode.
Yeah. Because we got Team... We technically didn't get Team Flares. We did kinda. We got Lysander's theme in XY. We did not get like just the regular Team Flare Grunt. But then again, Team Flare Grunt and Lysander theme are so close. I guess they just thought that would settle it.
Maybe if we get the full soundtrack, then essentially it's like if you listen to the full soundtrack, it actually has like a mix of the two in the same one.
Yeah.
You know?
The last thing I'll say, because I just remembered, is that, and this is ironically coming from somebody who didn't play black and white, but I'm just going off what I saw in terms of, I know.
And I thought Kevin was bad.
Yeah, well, that's why I wanted to start streaming in the first place. Anyway, that'll happen someday. Yes, have not played black and white, but I'm going off of what I know, and then also what I've seen recently from me watching episode N for the first time last year. This, I don't know, just reading through it, it just hits more with just conveying how much more sinister, I guess, Team Plasma is. And it sucks because it's like it's the potential of what could have been, like what could have been written later. Because obviously they were planning, they didn't show Getsus. They mentioned Getsus in the script, but he's not in it.
No,
And
you know, no, you know what it is. They don't show his. They don't really show his face, but it's more of like I imagine what they wanted to do was that villain trope where it shows his hand, part of his face, but not entirely everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably what it was, because they do that a lot in Pokemon.
So it's just kind of like, I didn't hate episode N. Honestly, like, I thought it was like okay. It's not something that really sticks in my brain as like a great arc that I'll go back to rewatch the way I do with other arcs, but like I definitely feel like it could have been, I don't know, it just
Wait, actually, Polly, sorry to interrupt. Quick question. You said you never played Black and White, right?
No.
When you play Black and White, I'm going to guarantee you're going to hate it a lot more.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, and we will go to this clip.
Yeah.
He's right, but wow.
It's true, though. It's like, the reason why so many people were mad with episode end is because of the games, especially when you learn a lot of the lore, what makes End such a fascinating character.
Oh, good.
I can vouch.
And they have the gall to make an episode called Ash versus End. This motherfucker doesn't have any Pokemon.
I was thinking we were gonna finally get our first fist fight, bro, and I was thrown.
Oh yeah, I forgot our resident End stan here.
End is my favorite character in all the video games, and he's just not my favorite character in the anime. And it's because they just it's like they didn't know how to write him in the mindset of the anime, because he has such a serious undertone and story, and Black and White just wasn't that.
See the problem is we had to wait like
after the league.
No, we had to wait 8 years later for Pokemon Masters to actually write a fucking story that actually demonstrated N outside of outside of the mainline video games that made sense.
Sadly, it's in the games and not in the anime where it should have been. I'm going to go under the assumption here that the two-parter that we did get here was supposed to be the gradual build-up to End's reveal in the storyline that would carry throughout the rest of the story. That never did because of the incident that occurred, unfortunately. But yeah, no, it's just interesting. Like, I haven't read the script. I don't even know if End's actually, like, did he cameo in that at all? By any chance?
I don't think he did, but Getsus is mentioned because they're talking. There's some.
I might as well just mention it. Yeah, I might as well just mention it because I read the thing up and down. They refer to him as the hero, but he never like physically shows up.
Oh shit! So he was mentioned as a tease to get to his real reveal later down the road. Then. Essentially.
Yeah. So basically, and I'll explain it more for, I guess, my bit in this is this kind of changed the trajectory.
How so?
Yeah, I haven't read it, but I still imagine that they still would have messed up End's character in the anime.
Oh no, I'm not gonna.
I don't think the anime can measure up.
And I need to read it too, but apparently after the two episodes, everything resets. So what's the point?
My adopted father called me trash and tried to kill me.
Now here's the thing, though. TSS brings he brings up a fair point, because technically, when you think about it, after that two-parter, they just go straight to fishing or something. And those episodes were already animated ahead of time too. So they essentially wanted to go back to the cheerful, energetic, happy-go-lucky. But I assume that's because we went through a serious arc just there. But we don't know how things would have shaped up in the future. Like maybe
I mentioned before on this on this program that I talked with Tom Whalen slightly in 2015 about these. And when he was in randomly in the signing hall, and he said that they already had the episodes lined up to dub, and then all of a sudden they were told they're not airing, so they're not doing it anymore. Because this is back when TPCI was dubbing it or writing the scripts or reviewing the scripts or translating it before it aired in Japan. So Tom Whalen saw this two-parter and was getting ready to have it localized, and then TPC comes out and says you can't do this because they're going to cancel it.
Wait, hold on. Before they aired in
Yes.
Japan?
Yes.
Really? That's a thing?
Yeah,
Whoa.
that they used to do that. Yes.
Oh, I didn't
So
know that. That's crazy. Oh.
Yes, it was animated. Yes, absolutely. And Tom Whalen saw them.
Wow.
Yes.
What happened?
right from the horse's mouth because I went there. I went to 2015
Me
PokeCon
speaking Area 51 and finding the footage.
It's time to Naruto run my way in through all the guards and
Let's
shit.
go.
Man,
Yeah,
see,
so-
maybe that Area 51 raid that happened a few years ago should have actually been something legitimate.
No, the dub script wouldn't have been made at that point because he would have probably seen it probably for like lip flap timing or whatever. But he was able to see it before it aired.
Yo, Adam, thank you for subscribing, by the way. My boy, Adam.
Tom Whalen is blacklisted off of Pokemon, so good luck.
Oh, shit. Really?
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't realize that revealing this information
for
would have been
some-
some...
Wait, sorry, what? What was that?
Tom Whalen had an incident in Anime Boston and he was completely offed.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
Wasn't good.
We're not going to talk about it because it's a subject that I'd rather is not appropriate.
okay, there we go.
Yeah,
Let's
just get to the more analytical part and finish the shit show.
Allegations from Anime Boston, and that caused Tom Whalen to get fired.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, they were not pretty, so let's just not.
Yeah, Donnie knows what it is. I know what it is. So people that know, they know.
He knows, she knows.
Yep.
It was actually the funny thing is it was actually Tom Whalen's second to last appearance in a convention.
Wasn't he the voice of? Oh, he was Reggie. I thought he was Lance. Lance is Joey Wheeler. Never mind.
Thank God. My VA for Joey Wheeler is safe. Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else to mention, though, about the team thingy?
I think I'm good. I was just the best wishes, the black and white credits. I just wish it, because we didn't have this, and I feel like it's never really. Actually, you know what? TSS could probably correct me, but I feel like I've never really heard it play too often, all the way through. So we can't really have, any extractions clean extractions of that audio. Like I know somebody tried doing it on YouTube. It sounds decent, but it just sucks that we'll never have an absolutely clean, version of that. But yeah. All right, Richie.
Richie, go.
Well, just to start off in the same way that my fellow jailmate, as I like to call it, because of the aforementioned movie review from earlier. As for me, at the time of which we all heard said delayed announcement, I was actually, and I'm not saying this just to do it as part of the meme, because I know some of us do it for the lulz, but I was in science class, and I was actually watching one of our own episode review of episode 22 at the time, Trials. And he mentioned next week's, and one of the first things I thought was, ooh, I can't wait to see his thoughts about it, because, at the time the preview came out, we all saw what that was. Then we had, the little 2-minute trailer for it. We were all excited for it. And then, a few days later, right before it happens, I'm, super excited about it. Then I see, at the top of the page, that mentions, hey, these episodes are getting delayed. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And at the time, just to give clarity of how long ago this was, I was an 8th grader when this was all happening. So 8th grade me could not take the fact that the favorite episodes that he was looking forward to seeing were essentially just pulled. And I obviously at the moment I was very much distraught, because obviously at the time I was young, and obviously when we were all younger, we had like more emotional reaction to things than we probably would have when we're older. So yeah, I didn't really take it that well. If anything, I think I kind of just was just like fuck, like like I hate my fucking life. I was like, shit sucks. But yeah, throughout the years, I kind of just obviously got over it because at some point you have to. But yeah, the Metal arc kind of was like the soft version of it because it, again, as Paulie said, took elements from that two-parter and kind of incorporated some of the elements into that. Like for example, you have like obviously the organization showing up, albeit it wasn't like that humongous compared to what the script is saying. It was just literally just Giovanni, Zager, our favorite free rocket grunts, Meowth. And then a few basic grunts here and there. You have like the thing that they're trying to go after. It goes berserk, goes out of control, and then Giovanni tries to take the power. Like pretty much the elements were exactly the same, but they were changed around to fit the story of Meta's arc at the time. And obviously, anybody that's seen the trailer from Heart knows when we all saw the stairs pop up with the nice little CGI, we're all just like, oh shit, this is from the trailer, because that's literally the first thing I said when this episode aired at the beginning of sophomore year for the last two Men of the Arc episodes. I was like, wait, those are the Team Plasma stairs. What? So yeah, then when the script came out just now, I'm like, I am curious to see how far this went. So I read the whole thing, and needless to say, it doesn't make it any better that this thing is not aired. I mean, it would have been great to finally see, the episodes at any point of animation, but I do realize that's not really much of a possibility. I think the script is probably the best thing we're going to get in that regard, unless somebody somehow has insider access to it, but I highly doubt it. Now, when I mentioned earlier about like, oh, this could have changed the trajectory, what I meant by that was, I felt like if these episodes actually aired, I felt like the story element that involved Plasma, Getz's end, I felt like that would have changed. I highly, and I say highly, and I could be wrong, but I highly doubt that we would have gotten like episode and the way we got it if these two had originally aired, because there's no way, in my opinion, based on what the script has, that we would have gone for something like that was meant to be obviously paying more homage and respect towards the games like they normally do, to then go to what episode end was, which was kind of like a mix sort of between the games, but kind of like doing its own thing sort of based on the lore. So I just don't think we would have gotten an episode under that circumstance. And I definitely do think we would have had like a more fitting story that would have maybe fitted more so what the games did in terms of Team Plasma. Now, of course, people were just like, well, that doesn't explain what the episodes were afterwards. Well, I think in terms of episode productions, I think that was already done. And if I remember the timeline correctly, at the time that those episodes would have aired, I think the ones that were probably in-house at that moment were probably Nibasa, when they finally got there a little bit. And, when they finally did the whole subway arc thing, they were probably just doing that. And I think maybe after Nibasa's arc, maybe that would have sort of changed. But then again, that's just me taking that shot in the dark because we don't know. But yeah, like I said, I read the whole script, and I definitely do agree with the notion that we already said, that it would have been, I don't know if it would have been like really that dark in terms of like kind of what the series afterwards did. I think it would have been at the very least medium dark, in the sense that it would have been like some implications of disaster, but I just don't think it would have been that terrible, just based on the way the script is sounding. I think it would have been like at least still good to show without like any scrutiny about like, oh, mature content or whatever. I think the worst thing really that you can maybe argue, and this is not really spoiling or anything because the preview literally showed it, the worst thing that really happened is just buildings were shaking, windows were being cracked, and the streets were obviously cracked as well because of the pressure of the meteorite. So that's probably the worst thing you could have really had happen. But other than that, I'm glad we finally got the script. And obviously, as much as I'm enjoying the Google PDF right now, I am looking forward to when my buddy over there, Mr. Killer, officially translates this thing so I can appreciate it in its more original.
I'm not going to be translating
format.
it. PM.net will be translating.
Okay, well, what I meant by that is your, I guess, group will be handling the duties. So I'm just associating you with that factor. If you're not, that's completely fine. So to recorrect that, then I can't wait for PM.net to officially translate it in its actual original glory, because obviously I do appreciate the originality of the source. So can't wait for that. So in the meantime, as I'm reading the translation once more, because I'm actually just reading it on a daily basis, all I'm going to say is that we should have gotten these episodes. We didn't. It's unfortunate. It would have changed the trajectory of the direction of the series I would bet on, especially in terms of Team Plasma. Now, would that have really changed anything about maybe how N might have been handled? Who knows? Who literally knows? Some people say maybe so. But at the end of the day, this is probably the best. This is probably the best thing we're all going to get in terms of those two episodes. It's probably the best thing we're ever going to get. Thankfully, there were some elements spread in the middle of the arc, but I consider that an episode end to be like the compensation prize to the grand $1 million prize that you were never going to win. So instead, they just give you like here's a $50 Target gift card and $100 Best Buy. Go do something with it. So it's like half the goodness, but it doesn't really feel the same. And at that moment, you wish you would just won the whole thing.
The problem is you're trying to assume that they were going to do something like down the road, like 40, 50 episodes. You really can't do that, because considering that.
Well, no, yeah, that's why I put the.
Yeah, that's why that's what it is. Because if there was like a real cliffhanger for this specific, this specific two-parter, then I would say yes. But considering that the angle gets dropped, I personally don't think so. I think it was just supposed to be like introductory, but and then they probably would have had something to do, maybe many episodes down the road, maybe like 10 or 20, depending on how they. Remember, didn't go to they didn't go with the mini arc, the mini arc yet that they would debut in XY. So you probably would have had to wait 20 or 30 episodes until the next portion. So I personally don't think that it would have, because at that point they would have like done 10 episode production at the same time. I think that's what they were doing at that particular point in time. So I don't think that would have been that.
Oh no, I realized that was a total shot in the dark.
Yeah.
But but then again, like I said, I just took a stab at it just based off of what this was saying. But yeah, you are right. It didn't really end on like a cliffhanger at all. If anything, it was just like your typical end to the episode, where the main conflict gets solved. The threats are still around, but they're not like, but they're kind of like being pushed out from the episode. So who knows? I just, although I will say, I just don't think we would have had waited until fucking January 2013 for them to come back. But again, I fully realize that it's a total guess. Could be wrong. Could be based on nothing. But I just don't think, if I had to guess, we would have waited that long had this came about. Well, they probably would have came a little bit sooner than that, if I had to guess.
Yeah, they probably would have, because then the
especially for Y2.
That I was about to say, because considering that the Black 2 White 2 games came out, which was a complete departure for Game Freak at that point, they would have had to retcon a lot of things, and I think it would have been sloppy. So
what we got instead was just average.
Yeah, it was kind of mixing. It was kind of mixing both sets of games, and it ended up not being what people expected. And that's it.
Yeah, but yeah. In conclusion, I'm glad that we got these scripts. Again, I'll be waiting for the official translation from your group over at pm.net to enjoy in its full original glory. So in the meantime, I'll appreciate this Google PDF as kind of like a, hey, while we're working on this, here's this for you to kind of play with. And as somebody that's been looking forward to seeing these episodes ever come to light, if there ever was a chance, these scripts coming out were probably the best thing, and probably are going to be the best thing that could ever happen to us specific fans of these of this two-parter. So, in the meantime, I will enjoy it with my dear heart. And listen, never say never. And even though it's a low chance, just never say never. But in the meantime, I'm just going to enjoy it. And shout out to all the original non-backwinner fans of fellow Best Wishes stands that, sadly, this isn't like the episode in its full animation, but this is just as good as we're going to get. So let's just enjoy it while it's in front of us. So
we thought this would be impossible. So now that this miracle happened, maybe the miracle of the Best Wishes to Sun and Moon hosting.
I mean, hey, all I'm going to say is in the irony of today's event where I decide my own future, this thing from my past just comes out. It's just like, hey, let me introduce myself. So I just win. Today I just stay winning. So, but overall, those are my thoughts. It's just as good as we're going to get, so I'm just going to enjoy it.
Now we got to find AG 101's script somewhere. So, yeah, but that's another time. That's another place. So
we love you, Best Wishes, or at least I do.
Yeah, Best Wishes. You'll always be my favorite.
Well, yeah. You saved us. You saved a little bit of mediocrity today. So thank you.
God bless Best Wishes. Always saving the day.
It just reminds me. I kind of like. I'm like Polly. I love when shit like this happens, where like a specific moment in the past comes up. I know sometimes with our fandom, it could definitely wind up getting out of proportion. The fucking Snowbell arc. Jesus Christ, I'm tired of people bringing it up. But I love the Snowbell arc, but I hate when people bring it up.
That's funny because one of the previews for that arc kind of was brought up on Twitter by somebody saying like, "Oh, that episode preview is so goated."
Yeah, I love praising it. I think the problem is when we end up with that same regular argument about it. But a tweet was made a while ago that somebody said that really made me think about it. It was like Ash's battle with Wolfric is his last gym battle in the series, and I'm like, holy shit, it is. It's his last official gym battle. Looking back at it now with that information in tow, it makes the Snowbell City arc a lot heavier because it's his last gym badge. This is his last official gym badge in the series. Not counting the Sun and Moon.
But that's Kahuna's, and it's
they're very different things. So.
No. I'm talking about didn't Brock and Misty in like
those were those weren't official matches. Those were more so like exhibition matches.
Yeah, and then what's his name? The dude from Kanto. He gave him like Kanto badges that were just
Cantonian badges. Yeah.
Yeah, I hated those. But like this is last official from region gym badge, and when you look at it through that lens, it hits so differently. So looking back at something now that you have future knowledge is like, wow.
Yeah, it's nice because it's like, not that we assume that on the PokéPod we're never going to talk about Ash or the original anime ever again, but it's nice that we can still have conversations about this, and that it's cool that something like this has come up, because it's something that a lot of fans have been anticipating for so long. Like Richie and I were saying, we were literally in middle school / high school when this happened.
Yeah, I was a young boy.
Yeah, and so it's definitely nostalgic to think about, and I don't know, I just love discussing it. Like it's made me so happy being able to talk about it today.
Also, hashtag my boy Pierce did nothing wrong. My man got nuked for no fucking reason.
Pierce is cool. Check out my friend at TR Silvers on Twitter and Instagram. She makes some pretty awesome Team Rocket centric art, and she features Pierce and Dr. Zager in a lot of her So she's like expanded on their stories a lot as well, which is pretty cool because it's like originally they were literally just meant for this Team Rocket Team Plasma / the reboot of the arc, and then they kind of went away forever. But I think it's cool that she's taking some of these obscure Team Rocket characters and really like expanded on their stories and their lore. So check her out if you like. But anyway.
I think I've seen her work. It's very well done.
Man, I wish that shit was in the anime though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can say that about like a lot of fan arts that would look like that would be in an anime episode.
Why can't anybody ever draw Ash as 12 years old, bro? It's so fucking dumb. We're stuck with 10 years. Oh, lordy.
Somebody's gonna take that out of context and get your ass canceled.
Absolutely.
That's all
I know that.
That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna dip my toes in that one.
You can't cancel me if I've already been canceled.
Yeah, well, people will shut you down by just saying tomato sauce. So let's not.
Fuck! No, not my spaghetti. Oh,
sauce.
They did KG. It's called X and Y. No, see, that was when.
joke.
Also, I always loved the
You stole my joke and thought you were clever.
That's my boy Goggles. Let's go.
Oh my god. Good joke though. All right then. What do you guys say we move on into our final piece for tonight, huh?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes, sir.
All right then. The last thing we're going to be talking about, ladies and gentlemen, is in regards to the latest episode of the Pocket Monsters 2023. Oh my god, Donnie, anime series. And this episode is going to be our continuation of the new generation story series titled Pokemon Horizons. So what's going on right now? What is going on with this series? Well, to quickly recap, we concluded the 3-part story arc for Laika. Don't worry, I'm going to keep doing that consistently. And we got to see her side of the story for the first 3 episodes. So what happened with this one? Well, we decided to take a little detour from her and focus on another individual instead. This time we are focusing on the boy Roy and his story. So that's the one we're going to be talking about. The treasure that washed ashore. The Rising Voltacular's airship breaks down and needs to make an emergency landing on an island in the Kanto region. However, the Fuecoco disappears without people noticing. Liko and Sprigatito head to the island to search for it. Meanwhile, a boy who lives on the island, Roy, finds a mysterious Pokemon he's never seen on the island before. Will Liko find Fuecoco? Let's discuss. Alright, I'm going to give it a quick episode review, and then I'm going to pass it on to others here real quick, because I also have to go night-night soon. My thoughts on the episode, I really I really love the episode. Animation was absolutely nice to see, especially with like I think Iwani helped out with this episode, if I'm correct. So
Solo, his first of the series.
Solo, yes sir.
You could tell whenever the Pokemon are moving and like really quick animation, that's Iwani's work. Right there. Yeah,
Iwani's special. Yes sir.
When you watch this anime so many times, you know the tricks and like things that Iwane does. It's just instant click for you. It's absolutely incredible how that works. But that just shows you Iwane's style of animation and just his way of just making stuff. And I have to say, he did an incredible job with this episode. So 10 out of 10 on that front with Iwane. Overall, I liked the episode. I liked Roy as a character. I was really concerned about what they would have done with his character overall. I thought he was going to be a Nash 2.0, which thank the gods he's not. In fact, one of the cool things I really liked about him is that he was somewhat, and this is still early, so bear with me here. He felt like an improved Iris first impression wise, like in their debuts. What I mean by that is that essentially the character is using part of nature itself to navigate through the lands, and most importantly, use them as utensils to gain things that are out of reach. For example, when he flicked the rock and threw it to one of the berries to get his hands on the food, or essentially just climbing on top of the tree, or straight up creating a secret base out of the pieces of the island itself. One of the cool things about this land is that also this is an area that there apparently doesn't even exist Pokemon trainers. So this is something I never thought about. Like, how is this gonna play for Roy's story then? And I'm very curious to see with that, especially because you got a very energetic character like Roy and a very peppy Fuecoco. It's going to be a unique mesh with them. And I'm curious to see how Liko is going to transition with that style as well. But of course, we still haven't finished Roy's story just yet. There's still more to it. We do know that they teased us a little bit with this episode with the Pokeball, and we know next week's episode is going to be a continuation of that, given the events that played out in the to be continued portion. Once again, just to clarify, we never saw the preview for next week's episode, so we are out of the loop on that. So we know nothing of it.
Well, you didn't.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah, no, essentially, just to let you know, we didn't watch it for the sole purpose of it always spoiling shit for us. So that's why we made sure. Because, like, for example, the third episode spoiled the Sprigatito being saved by, Liko and Rockruff and all that shit. So, like, they did a bad job with, like, how they're handling spoilers. So we're just avoiding all of that. We aren't avoiding, though, is the portion with Friede and Pikachu, which they focused on Fuecoco, which I thought was really nice. I love how every episode that passes on, we're getting more and more in depth with Captain Pikachu, and it makes me very happy with that. I'm loving this little gremlin mouse right here. It's so adorable. The thing is, Friede as well, we learned a little bit about the whole professor, although he doesn't really like that term for some reason. Yeah, no, it's just it's gonna be interesting to just see how things will play out, and you never know where things will go for his story later down the road. One thing for certain, though, they are keeping a couple of things behind Lika's back for sure, and I don't know if it's intentional or if it's because of the consistent. I guess I forgot, but I guess we'll see when that time comes. Now, ending song. They actually did do a version difference here. They did a version with Oreo. I think that's how you pronounce her name. So I love that version. She is very energetic in that ending song, in her portion at least. I'm a little bummed out, I will say, that they didn't update the Pokemon portions of the songs. Where you got the Gastrodon, the Koraidon, Miraidon, all that stuff. I assume the reason why is because probably after they get through the first main six of the Rising Voltaclers, they're then going to transition to verse 2. And then it's going to go back to verse 1 again. I'm going to go under that assumption. But we don't know until this thing officially releases, which I think is going to come out really soon. So I'm very excited for that. So overall, liked it. Great episode. Good kickoff to Roy's story. Very happy with it. Score-wise, I would give it a nice solid 8.5 out of 10 overall. So that is going to be it for me. I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to this couch over here. We'll pass it on to Cosmic first. Cosmic, what do you have to say?
Well, I mean, I like this episode. I will say I didn't like it as much as the others, but I think that's just because it had less Friede in it, to be completely honest. But also had less Sprigs, which those are the two best characters.
Dude, they had a Sprig's butt shot, like literally front
Yeah,
and
they
center.
did. I didn't think I was gonna get Sprig ass, but I did, and I didn't ask for it. But
Oh, Lord.
That's what I got.
Can someone immortalize that moment, please?
Your ass is Sprig ass.
But I'm actually I'm really surprised that image didn't go viral online. It's just cat butt,
L plus ratio touch Sprig ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was listen, in Sun and Moon, they did draw an X on one of the birds, Oricorio. So I was hoping to see the X make a comeback in this series because they,
Looking for booty holes on Pokemon.
Yo, how many booty holes can you count from the first few episodes of the series? There we go.
Booty.
Everywhere.
But yeah, no, the episode was cute. I'm liking Roy. I like that he's bringing in a wholesome vibe to the series. I will say, his relationship with Fuecoco, I think, is just the sweetest, and I really like that Fuecoco's thing was singing, and that it just wanted to become a singer, and it was all shy, and it was just really cute. And then, I honestly I've been saying from the very beginning, I don't want Sprigs to evolve, but you can tell, if singing is going to become Fuecoco's thing, it's going to get the Skelleridge, because that's literally the singing Pokemon. So that excites me, because that means there's a chance that Sprigs will just stay Sprigs forever, and I don't want Sprigs to evolve. The episode though, like everything was fine. Like I honestly don't really think too much happened. It was just like a nice introduction to Roy, and we're gonna get the second part of that this week. So it's kind of hard to rate it because it's not like a standalone episode, kind of like how like the first part was with Liko. But I guess for me, if I had to give it actual rating, I would give it maybe like a 7.5 or an 8.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much, buddy, for sharing your thoughts on it.
Mhm.
All right, let's go and pass it on to the next buddy. How about over here in this couch? We'll pass it on to Richie then.
I will agree. Less more of my boy Zard and his wonderful goated trainer. But that's okay. Because oversaturation will make me appreciate less. So we gotta preserve the greatness of Friede while we can. But no, in all seriousness, to give it an actual review of the episode, there's not very much to say. I thought it was like your typical, the two characters run into each other. They get into like a small conflict, and then that's how they meet. They explain, who they are and stuff like that. Their objective. They both get fascinated, and then obviously, it wasn't shown, but obviously it is implied, and we all know this, that he will officially join the crew. I think within the next few episodes anyway. So that's coming. I think Roy's gonna have like that free. He's gonna have that free kind of spirit that Go kind of did. So he's kind of like their version of him in a way, in the sense of like how excited he is about like the aspect of the journey. The difference is that he has like the little mini, as I like to call it, the little mini GS ball in his hand, and I'm just like, oh god, please nothing, please let's make sure we actually know what's actually inside or what that thing could do. Because last time we get a nice looking ball, nothing ever happened. So, but yeah, not very much to say. I thought it was just like your typical episode of them getting lost on the island, and then at the very end they get back, and then it is implied that he shows up later to officially join the crew. So all I'll say is the following: music is great. Iwani solo episode, good as always. And as Kevin said, you can definitely tell when this man is the solo one for the episode. But I'm not saying that to shit on it, but you can definitely tell when it's his solo work. So very much appreciate Mr. Iwani. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I would say I'd probably give like a 8. It's a solid episode. I mean, it's not anything special, but it wasn't bad. So yeah, I give it 8 out of 10. It was an average, nice episode on the typical island I would probably never go see again, but it was good.
All right, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on that, buddy. All right, let's go ahead and pass it on to next, buddy. Emmy, I will pass it on to you now. What do you guys say?
Okay. I mean, I agree with what you guys said too. It's a good episode. Some things I just love about this like story in general. I just love that they're not forgetting about literally anything. So I forgot about the whole the little tracker device on the ship, but they brought that back up. They just brought it back, and you know what? I forgot about it. So I'm glad they did it. Like just little things here and there, and even they're just trying to even an episode like this, which is not as I guess groundbreaking, they're still like focusing on plots of like these characters, and they're just like they're just trying to sorry, I lost my train of thought. They're just trying to develop them in like little bits and pieces. So like for example, like with Molly, right? She's nursing some Pokemon, so you see that. So the whole like Nurse Joy theory that I've been hearing about, I feel like it might be right. So you see a little bit of that. Then you see Friede with the professor, like that whole thing. So you see little details like coming out about these characters, and we're slowly getting more information, and it feels very natural the way they're handling it. So I think that's really cool that they're doing that. Even like I love especially too that for Liko's character, like they didn't just forget about her like researching Sprigs, like still trying to learn more, because that's her character. That's what they showed in like the previous episodes, and they still carrying that over. So I appreciate that a lot. And even like for like schooling wise too, like in the beginning of the episode, she's signing up for classes, which I'm like, oh snap! Like I wonder if she got kicked out too, because I know that's like a thing with like signing up for classes is just really hard, and you get kicked out of all the classes, even though you're literally like the first one to sign up for that said class, so like I can understand that. And then like Roy's introduction too, like as you guys said, was really well done as well. And we're still gonna learn more information about him as well. Fuecoco, I want Fuecoco to sing the next opening. All right. Yeah. I love this thing.
Like it's just
Please. No, you.
She said that. Hello. My dream.
Damn.
I just
Yeah,
want
no, he's got to do it
it.
as a Skeledirge, though.
Time for while. Time for while.
Exactly.
Another browsing version of 1, 2, 3.
Like, why does he know that?
And what? Yo, he listens to all the bops. You know, he got a Spotify. He just it's like Coco's listening. I just love like we even got so like I said too, like we're seeing the development of these characters, and it just feels so natural. It is amazing. I want a Coco mixtape, by the way. Just saying. But also, I think the one thing this episode needed more. I know, Cosmic, you said it needed more Sprigs and it needed more Friede. I think it needed more Captain Pikachu. I feel like all I saw Captain Pikachu doing this episode was just crossing its arms and just looking cool. Which, you know what? Cool.
Wait,
That's great.
Did you see the standstill? Like somebody took like frame by frame of when Friede and Pikachu were jumping in the webs. I saw it on Twitter, and like Pikachu falls and Friede picks him up in the middle of that.
Yeah, I love that.
It's so cute.
I know. Honestly, I need to just change my profile every single time to like a Captain Pikachu shot because like the last one is just Pikachu warming itself, so I need to find one every single week. So maybe I'll change it to that. But I mean, I don't want to reiterate what other people have said too, but I agree with like what you guys said. I just love how they're utilizing like these storylines and they're not like forgetting about things. And again, it's not a groundbreaking episode, but it's a nice pacing episode as well. And I also love too that they brought up about at the end with like the explorers, right? Like they brought that whole thing into the picture as well. So you see like the behind the scenes there and what they're up to and like their plans and all that. And you learn a little bit more about them as well. So, and it doesn't feel like they're just trying to crowd so much into one episode. It feels like it, again, like for lack of better words, it feels very natural. So I like the storytelling. I'm very interested to see what's going to happen next. I like that we're all happy at the same time. I think it's really wholesome that we're all happy for once, and we're not.
Mad.
No, you're not allowed.
I'm mad.
I'm mad. It's nice that we all have our souls. I will say
it's
that.
like that Goku. That's it. I'm going racist.
I'm mad.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I give it an 8 out of 10 as well. Good episode. Good
Alrighty.
episode.
Let's go over here then. We're past the tea turn. What do you guys say?
Okay, so episode, like I said, and actually, Cosmic, I'm actually surprised you're saying we need more Friede because we get a lot of Friede lore technically in this episode.
Yeah, but he wasn't seen
What?
as much.
He's like the resolution of the.
I know, but like I want him
yeah.
in every scene.
We need all different angles.
But he was in the office like trying to figure out how the hell they're gonna patch a damn ship.
Yeah, but like he's hot. I want him in every scene.
Cosmic, there's no pleasing you. Anyway,
I
No.
agree.
my
Thank you,
being-
Polly.
I totally agree.
point of what I was getting to is I like the idea that he's a professor, and I mentioned this in my review, but I'm like, I think he's outside of Professor Juniper. I think he's the most active professor we got. He goes out there, he battles, he's on the field, this is a very interesting take on a Pokemon professor, and I like the idea that he rejects the professor title, like the professor status. That's interesting. I've never seen a professor not want to be a professor.
Well, the question is more so, why is he a professor? How'd he get it? And is he also like Molly, where he's a rogue professor?
I think it's just like the Rising Volt Tacklers are just a band of misfits that couldn't do their jobs properly, so they all wound up being like jobs for other things. But yeah, we learned that he's a professor, which he never told us. I do like that, but also afraid of the whole like Friede has never told me this joke. Because while I like it, I also feel like it's gonna be the doorway to ass pulls in the future. They're like, oh, this happened the whole time? Yeah, he never said anything about it. Ah, man. you just weren't gonna bring that plot point up. Seems kind of important to leave out. But other than that, I do like the use. I like that Friede can fight without actually like fighting. That's always a good trait. Like the ability to fight without using straight up force. And they even address it. Like Charizard's about to fight, and Friede's like, "Nah, if you do it, you'll cause a forest fire." Which good perception. I didn't think Pokemon would actually take into account the environment. Normally, when they want to fix a problem, Pikachu just hits it. Ash is Pikachu. It just hits it with Thunderbolt, and that just sort of ends it. Where here, they think outside the box. I like that. And I'm not saying all episodes of old Pokemon do that. I'm just saying that's the common. Not the always, the common. So, moving outside of that, what I also liked was, I don't know why, but now that Liko has an actual position on the Rising Voltac list, now she's like the observer. I like that. I like if every episode began with her just going, "Captain's log, stardate now." Or like, my fucking cat won't stop sleeping on the dock of the ship. Not sure why. Anyway, there's a Krabby on board.
I threw it out.
I threw it out. Then fucking Ludlow says, "Why'd you throw it out?" Caught it. Oops. Anyway, like all her journal entries are useless. Captain's log. I saw a cloud that looked like a bug. It creeped me out. Anyway.
Anyway.
Shit.
And then I like Orla's conversation with Friede about the engines and like the holes that are in the ship. Because I just imagine Orla. I really imagine a bridge series for this show. Just our engines are fucked up.
Again.
And Friede's like, "Did you try to fix it?" And she's like, "We wouldn't be sinking if I did. Now would we?"
I'm really hoping we see more of the dynamics like we hope we are gonna get. Like once we get through the story of Roy and Liko, then we could finally start breaking into these characters a little bit more.
What happened to our engines? Some idiot let a fucking Krabby on board. Ah, shit. It's just called connected. But yeah, other than that, I like that Roy's episode very much feels like a traditional way a Pokemon series would start. It feels very like back to basics with Pokemon. And honestly, I mean, I guess that works. Only because we've already been hit with like 3 episodes of pure raw action. So to take an episode to just sort of chillax and deal with like a common problem of, wow, Pokemon be mad because your food's taken. It's a very original Pokemon series based episode, but it's based off of a concept of a kid who's just starting. So it does fit snug into what's happening. Plus they just got done dealing with like the Explorers for 3 episodes straight. So it's good to see that we got some downtime with Roy just getting along with Fuecoco. Like I do like that. And I like that there's more to Fuecoco than just the singing thing. He's a glutton. He looks up to Charizard for inspiration to be a stronger fire Pokemon. Like this thing is very multi-dimensional for a Pokemon that has no official trainer right now. So that's cool. I like that. Where it's very clear in like Journeys, for example, the starter Pokemon that Go got were literally only there because we gotta advertise Sword and Shield somehow. So that's always nice. I'm agreeing with the others. Nothing fantastic about this episode, and it's hard to really recover after like the last 3. But I gave it an 8.5 only because like it's still the beginning, and I think Roy's beginning is pretty well, and he does make himself a very like exclusive character, and we get a lot of like things that you can really look into. Like, for example, that Roy's a student in an online class. It does beg the question, though, why aren't there Pokemon trainers if there can be an online class set for that location? It weirds me out. It's like you have the Pokemon trainers online studies, but not the license for that place. I don't know. It feels like having a college in a town where they give no degrees. You got to move somewhere else if you want your degree. What? That doesn't make any fucking sense. also like that Roy has a secret base. That some about that was pretty cool. Just knowing that this kid's living off the land for some reason. What else was there? I think that pretty much kind of covered it. The whole rock thing, him being able to throw a rock really well. I do like it. It weirdly reminds me of a Pokemon Adventures manga situation.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know how like an adventure, I believe Chris did this really well. She was not a soccer player, but she like learned how to use her feet, so she would kick the Pokeball instead, and the Pokeball would like bounce off different areas and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Or here we got like, what's his name, Ethan/Gold. He would hit the pull cue, and it would knock the Pokeball into different areas. And then that would cause the Pokemon to come out in different spaces. I like that. So I like the idea that they're playing around with this guy knows how to throw Pokeballs in different like angles and stuff. Yeah. That might come in handy for later. So cool to see how that goes. So yeah, 8.5 out of 10.
See? We're all happy.
So far.
TSS, please be happy.
Well, we still got 2 homies left. So we're going to pass it on over.
What if it was like, this episode is ass?
Yeah, right. But I'm going to pass it on to Polly, and then we'll wrap it up with TSS as usual. So, Polly, I will pass this one on to you. Share us your input on the episode.
I feel like I don't really have anything original to say. It's like I have bits and pieces as usual with everything that everyone said previously, which is totally fine. We all kind of seem to be on a similar page. Yeah, I didn't think this was like the most groundbreaking episode, but I definitely enjoyed it. And it's definitely like I think Tyrone was saying, beginning to seem like a group is forming between all these characters that like it's like they previously, at least the Rising Volteckers have previously known each other. But I'm looking forward to seeing more of their dynamics and learning about like, who is close with who and who has like a specific dynamic with who, and then how all of them are going to connect with Liko and Roy as well. So it's something I'm definitely heavily anticipating. So even though we didn't get too much time with them this episode, like, it was cool, having them all in the room and like, we got to discuss like what went wrong with like fixing the boat, or I keep calling it a boat. Is it an airship?
Airship.
Yeah, fixing the airship and like having to stop. Like that's just seemed realistic to me. The same way we used to watch episodes where it's like, the gang is running low on supplies and Brock has to run out to the store to get them, or they take a day just to like chill, and because Ash wants to teach blah blah a new move. Like, it just felt like one of those kind of
blah blah. Use bubble beam.
Song equipment.
I love that we keep going back to that song in particular.
If you keep going back to it, then it's probably good.
Sorry, Polly, I didn't mean that.
No, it's okay.
Blah blah.
Oh wait, who was I? Oh, I was thinking of Turtwig.
Ash's
with energy ball.
Ash's ace Pokemon. Blah blah.
I was thinking of Turtwig with energy ball.
Oh yeah, I remember those. Oh, that was a good arc.
Satoshi get blah blah.
I like that Liko is kind of slowly warming up to the group. And it kind of took the form of that in changing her outfit this time around. Yes. Yeah, I like her. Somebody compared it to an Oshawott theme because of the same colors, the same like the little.
It's an Oshawott outfit.
Oh, yeah. I think it's cute because Anne has Oshawott now, so like. I don't know if that was
that's so wholesome. You're right.
Can I cut in real quick here for a second to just compliment on what you said? I like that Liko wakes up and goes, "Oh, that's right. I'm on an airship." It makes sense why she says that. You ever wake up somewhere after spending the night somewhere or going somewhere else, and because it's not your regular room that you're used to waking up to, it feels a little foreign when you wake up there?
Yeah.
You're like, huh? Oh yeah, that's right. I'm at my friend's house. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that I like that. They didn't have to do that, but they did it.
Hmm. The only thing I didn't, or more so didn't understand, was that I guess they had already gone to Paldea off screen, and
Went to her mom's house, which
yeah,
they skipped a lot of lore there, but
yeah, I'm like, I won't mind it as much if it's explored later, because that'd be something interesting. And plus, I feel like we're all dying to see Paldea at this point, since we barely got Galar and Journey, so like, it would be nice to see some of it at least in the future, but I can forgive that for
just
now.
as they're saving Liko's mother and her house for later episodes. They don't want to just go ahead and reveal all of that in one go.
Yeah.
They didn't want to blow their load in one spot.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, overall, it was Roy and Fuecoco are an adorable pair. I'm glad that I think I said this on Friday that we're just getting a lot of time so far and we're only 4 episodes in. I feel like I know Fuecoco and Sprigatito. Like, we're getting time to actually get to know these Pokemon. And I also I believe Zach said this in his review, this episode kind of reintroduces us to the world of Pokemon, the different mechanics, such as, showing Nurse Joy, showing the Chansey, the Audino, etc., across the different regions, like, what assistants go to which. And the overall concept of, somebody coming in, like a trainer coming in and needing their Pokemon to be healed. They even played the traditional, like, healing theme. Like, I like that part a lot. Even if it didn't really have much to do with the overall, like, plot, that rhymed. So, you could definitely tell this was an Iwane episode. I feel like the Iwane-isms, is Liko and Roy being comically strung up in the string shot and then dragged across the ground. So I like how there's that element of comedy. Like, it was a nice balance of comedy and, character exposition, characters such as Roy kind of reflecting on things and Liko as well. It was just a good balance. And like Emmy was saying, like it's nice that they sort of had the villain plot take a back seat, but it's still in the background. We're still focusing on that continuous plot, and introducing, I guess, their leader or whatever, whoever they're reporting to. So yeah, and then lastly, I just have that the ending was really cute, featuring Orla. I like Orla a lot. She's just so cool. So I'm glad that we are getting more of Friede's team featured because, like I said, when this, first debuted, I literally thought it was just kind of going to be him and Liko and Roy. But now, like, that we have this whole entire kind of One Piece-esque team traveling around on this airship. Like, I'm just so excited for these adventures with this group that, I hope it's gonna be like we're gonna, like, by the end we'll feel like it's a family that has formed, similar to, I guess, the Alola gang, or whatnot. But for me, I feel like it's a low score to give it a 7 out of 10, but it's not that I necessarily didn't like the episode. It was just like I liked it, but it wasn't anything absolutely, like, groundbreaking, I guess. So yeah, it's just kind of average for me. But yeah.
See, we're all happy. All right.
Quick question: did we get through with everybody?
Except
No,
TSS.
TSS.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, in that case,
And I'm gonna say it again. We're gonna be happy. I'm just putting it out there.
I
Okay.
mean, that's whatever. I'll save my question for after his thing.
Okay. Alrighty, here we go. Once again, not cutting time. So first of all, I want to mention, since we've gone through 4 episodes. So the opening credits have something really different about it. and that is there are 2 additional credits in the music department. And that is so not only we have TV Tokyo Music, we also have Shogakukan Music and Digital Entertainment, and the Pokemon Company, which is the first time in a Pokemon series that the Pokemon Company is being credited for music. So maybe this means that we're actually going to get real Paldea music in this fucking anime, which I'm really fucking excited for.
Us.
So so maybe that could be something to look forward to in the future. So this episode, let's get right to it. So Roy, so the introduction first of all, I'm having Fuecoco like fall off the ship so gracefully as it's trying to like claw itself to stay on and just falls into the water there. Nice, not very nice touch. So Roy's character, he's very outgoing and entertaining. Very interested and and plus his friends were also freaking like remote. Just to have him just sitting on a tree stump somewhere and just going on and doing a remote class. And also we have Nito Thing mentioning the basics of catching Pokemon, which is a very nice touch, honestly. To have him watch that video right in the middle of a class, that's a really nice touch for people to just get, the young people to get introduced to the mechanics of catching. So then and also this episode is based off of lots of misunderstandings because of course Fuecoco is a gluttonous piece of shit. Well, we love him as a lovable piece of shit. Just eating all the berries and stuff, and then Liko and Sprigatito just freaking decide to like walk into it and then completely get fucked. I like that the whole misunderstanding. And then Roy gets involved, and then you can start to see the seeds of Liko and Roy's friendship start to take hold, and especially when Roy causes a distraction by throwing the stone in between the trees to have all the Pokemon, the angry Pokemon go the other way. It was really cool to see the dynamic between both of them. And Amethio appears on in the submarine along with Zir, and they are plotting because they already know where they are because the freaking the tracker is still on the damn ship and they know where they are. And Amethio is going to play a role in the next episode, which I'm very excited to see. There's going to be probably a cockblock situation happening, and that's going to be looking good for us people who like action this day. So what I'm going to say though is it was a very solid introduction episode for Roy. Very good choice of music. The seeds of Fuecoco being a musical Pokemon is very cool. I would love to see, I'd love to see more interactions like that. And yeah, and I like the cliffhanger because the fact of the matter is Roy did not join with everybody else right now, which is good because now they saved it for the next episode. So again, as I mentioned before, it's nice to see actual progression happening in the anime. So and at a good pace.
Join right away because they could have easily just popped them on the team real quick. I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah, it's really nice that now they're saving it for a plot point for a whole other episode, and it's going to continue where we left off. It makes it
feel like his position was earned because even Liko didn't join day one.
Correct. And but otherwise, I like it, and of course, Ludlow being Ludlow, love him. So with that being said, Iwane and Cockpit gets an 8.4 out of me, and it's a very solid start for Iwane in this new series and Cockpit.
See,
you want to know what I also liked? I liked the the use of the Rotom deck / phone / iPad, whatever the fuck you want to call it now.
Yeah.
I don't like the Rotom decks. I said that since like fucking Sun and Moon. But I like that it's being used. First of all, it's not talking as much. I like that it's being used for more traditional stuff. Like when Liko, I still think the funniest one is when Liko is looking up tutorial videos at like episode 1 because she doesn't get why her Pokemon's just doing the shit it does. And I would love if there was realistically a kid that's just watching bullshit when they're supposed to be actually using it for like learning purposes.
The fact that Daiki Yamashita exists as Liko's Rotom phone is really nice. I like that. So yeah.
I was supposed to have a Gardevoir. Why did it evolve into Glade? It's like a TikTok video.
Yeah, pretty much.
When your opponent uses a track, Sin City doesn't.
Oh lordy.
I don't know. I just like the idea that they're using it for more traditional means instead of just like the Pokedex always felt so removed to me. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know. That in the older series, the Pokedex always felt like it was just a means to like exposition for the audience. Literally, I think there were episodes where Ash would point it at Pokemon he's met before and just be like, coughing. It's got poison gas. And Ash would be like, he wouldn't even comment on it. He would just put it away as if that didn't just happen. Whereas Liko's like, hey, Pokedex, can you tell me what the fuck's up with Fuecoco? Yeah, it likes to sing and shit. That doesn't help. That doesn't help me at all. But yeah, I like it. I don't know. I like the use of modern tech in Pokemon.
Well, yeah. Now that we actually have an opportunity to use that those equipment, plus it morphs into a freaking tablet too. I like that. I like how it does that. So, take that, Samsung. You can't even do that with your freaking flip. But yeah. So I want to say it's very nice to see that to see kind of like the modernized world where we have
you just reminded me, TSS. I kind of wish they had that. I kind of wish they had like a Porygon phone versus a Rotom phone.
Oh
yeah.
The Pori phone already exists in Masters. I know
that's why I think it'd be cool. Like you're using a Pori phone. Rotom phone keeps you in a contract for 3 years when it fucking breaks and its screen ain't shit. And I want this.
The Pori phone can actually revive itself.
The Pokemon version of Siri and Alexa, essentially.
Yeah. Oh my god, yes.
The Pori phone gives us pictures at 1080p and perfect pixels. Like
I don't know. I'm a Gen 1er in that regard. I want ring, ring, ring. Ring, 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 phone call.
Yeah, meanwhile, Folly's with the
Nokia phone?
The Nokia
motherfucker.
The Nokia Bellsprout phone.
No, I mean, here's the thing. So you have the Pori phone, which doesn't have any freaking NF filters, and freaking you have the binning, the quad bear sensor in the Pori phone, and you have all this other shit.
Helia's a purist.
We need a phone that's a Bellsprout that connects to your house. Oh my god, it's a Bellsprout landline. I don't know what a landline is.
It's a Bellsprout phone.
Oh Lord, how old am I?
How old am I? Everyone know what a Bellsprout phone is.
I mean, they all have, because even the Unova gang has their cross transceivers, and then like the Johto people have like Pokegears.
Yeah.
You know what? I want someone to come in with the Pokemon equivalent of a Sheikah Slate, all right? And just show up everyone.
Meanwhile, the Hisuian people are throwing rocks with messages taped.
The book. The history of the world part 1 and freaking pretend that they're like what is it? They drop one of the tablets. The 15 commandment, the 10 commandments, that shit.
Yeah, Legends people are just like, yo, you guys have phones? We just have the phone book. That's it. We don't got the phone.
We have stones. Like
we have stones.
We have
stones. We don't have phones. Here, Pidgey, send this message. Pidgey got eaten by a Pidgeot. What the
Oh my god.
Well, I think in the Chronicles episode they had like Pelipper or Pidgey mail service, like something like that.
You got Pidgey mail.
That was in mainline Johto. That was an episode of mainline Johto during the shit animation era. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's still fun to me to think about all the different.
Well, yeah, it's all about the different communications. Yeah.
Of course.
Yay.
Yeah.
Now I do want to add something really dumb, real quick. I'm playing Honkai in the background. They actually have a Pokemon reference with the pig in this game.
Really?
Yeah, it says, "Who touched my Pokeball?" or something like that.
Oh my god.
The fuck?
Yeah, you know that. Well, you'll learn about it soon, Tara, when you play it tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. There's like a pig in the game that you can encounter. I consider
Next
it the
week we should talk
Lechonk.
about Honkai.
Huh?
Next week we should talk about Honkai.
Oh yeah, because now everybody will, or at least mostly everyone. Who wants to
Honkai,
try
more
it.
like Honkai.
Mid-Kai, bro. I mean, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 cope game. Let's go. It really is the coping game.
And
For
I mean,
Xenoblade fans.
isn't there a character that's named after a freaking calendar date?
Yes, but she's got an emotional backstory that explains it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll learn more about it soon.
I
It's
got
actually-
TSS.
It's really depressing.
March
Okay.
7.
Well,
see.
I mean,
Yeah.
then they should introduce her to Thursday the 20th. Yeah.
Yo, what happens if it was on the 4 though? Oh Jesus, on the month of 4. Oh lordy. But yeah. So overall, ladies and gents, that's gonna be it for tonight's session of the PokéPod Masters podcast. Once again, everybody, thank you guys so much for all your love and support for being with us here tonight. We hope you guys enjoyed our session. We hope you guys enjoyed all the fellow lovelies we had here in the call. Let's go ahead and recap everyone. We got Tyrone, we got TSS, we got Emmy, we got Cosmic, we got Polly, and we got Richie. I want to thank everybody here so much for being with us here tonight. I hope you guys had a wonderful time listening to our session for tonight. And if you did, make sure to go and let us know. You can always go ahead and watch our PokéPod sessions from the past over at our YouTube channel. You can also check out our PokéPod Masters Twitter account to be notified whenever any of our homies here go live on their streaming platforms, amongst many other things as well. We also have these podcast sessions available on Apple Music, Spotify, etc. You name it. They should be around everywhere. So make sure to go check that out if you have yet to do so. We are everywhere, essentially. But we want to make sure you all have a good time with us. So thanks again, everybody, for tuning in to tonight's session of the PokéPod. And yeah, I guess if there's nothing else that needs to be said, I feel like I'm missing something. I think I am. Richie, if you're there, didn't you say you had a question that you wanted to say before we wrapped up?
Oh, very. I mean, you guys can give like a quick responses.
Sure.
But what I was going to ask real quick, and if it devolves into madness, then I apologize. How do we? Is it fair to judge? Because I've seen this already a few times on Twitter. Is a judge to wonder about the pacing of the series as it just started? Because I'm like, you guys, it's only like what?
Pacing? It started.
Yeah.
That's what. No. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's only the first 3 episodes, and I already seen like a few comments saying, "Oh, well, the pacing's this." It's like, motherfucker, we just started. Pacing's irrelevant.
Well, I mean, like in terms of pacing, like the fact that they're still like they're carrying over stuff that's already happened, like previous like 1, 2, and 3. You know, that's a big step.
Yeah, because we're getting an actual connected storyline and not just freaking just random shit.
One-off episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think it's doing great.
And also, as we mentioned, this series is going in a completely different direction because we're gonna have sub-series within the series that will that's basically they're basically doing the whole arc thing, but with the subtitle and not the actual series itself. So there's probably going to be a clear divider between each of the arcs. So that's really nice. I approve of that.
Yeah. Good writing. Happy people. Good night, everyone.
Good showrunner.
Jolly good show.
Jolly good show.
Jolly good show.
Yeah, we just need a coronation, I guess.
Word coronation was no.
Pops from regular show. The funniest thing that'll always be like my Pops moment in regular show is when they're trying to get that hamburger called the ultimatum.
Oh no.
And it's made with Himalayan ketchup. And when Pops eats the burger, he goes, "I can taste the Himalayas." He's so happy, and I'm here for it.
We stand Pops. Based.
Yeah, man. Hope nothing wrong happens to him, bro.
This shit made me laugh so hard.
What do you mean? Wait. What do you mean nothing bad happens to him?
I'm watching the show currently.
What?
Hey, that just.
Wait, I can't tell you.
Richie, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing.
I'm not saying shit, but No. I'm not saying shit, but are you actually serious?
Yeah, I'm watching the series right now. I've
You never seen it before?
actually seen it. No, the thing is, I've seen it. I've just never seen it in order.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Because
in that
it's
case,
Cartoon Network. I mean, what the fuck am I supposed to?
in that case, before I get blocked by Tyrone, I'll cease further comment.
Okay, good. You never. No, I've watched the show. I just never seen it in chronological order.
As far as his voice actor, sadly, rest in peace. But still,
I think it was the It wasn't the U.S. Voice actor. I know it was someone else, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
From another country, but regardless, he still voice pops for someone out there in the world, and that's the real thing that matters. So, rest in peace to the lad. And may your memories live on through the voice acting talents that you have provided for everyone around the world. So yeah, much love to that. All right, what do you guys say? We wrap things up for tonight.
Let's go.
All right,
Yep.
good.
Yeah.
I took my medication just now, so I'm gonna go probably pass out in a couple of seconds.
Oh
What?
So
no!
for everybody
Oh,
here,
okay.
so everybody here,
Everybody wish
Pokemon
KG
Master.
a speedy recovery.
Yes, everybody's in good vibes in the chat.
he'll be out.
Press the hydrate button like 20 times.
Tyron did this.
Okay.
I kind of want a situation where when KG passed out, it did like the subscriber like bling chime.
Oh,
at least it's that Terrell's thing. Bing bong, you know.
Bing bong.
Bing. That shit was
Gee,
good.
if you're going to pass out, can you at least turn the stream off first?
If
Well,
it's my channel, then if he had passed out, what is that? Arigato.
Marinara Suzuku. I know it needs to be best wishes.
Best delicious, yes!
Yoi Tabio.
Guys, we need to. If he's crashing, we need to be able to end the stream. Otherwise, we're stuck here forever.
But
we
I
can't
can't
do
click the
anything.
mouse to say end screen.
Kevin.
How does KG usually end this?
Kevin, I'll suck your
I'm never
nipple.
here for the ending. This is weird.
TSS, just say your thing. Just say your thing.
Just say the thing.
Yeah, maybe that'll work.
Cut the cameras. Cut the cameras.
Okay, so folks, thanks for joining us for the PokéPod Masters podcast. We really appreciate you joining us for this evening.
Of course.
And while KG gets his, while we defibrillate KG, I will say, wash your fucking hands, and we will see you next time. Good night, everybody.
What?